Anyway, has that rash cleared up, or oh wait.
Very, very. It's taken a little time, but hey, welcome to Day Soup, everybody. Brought to you by Once Upon a D20 on Patreon.com/Once Upon a D20. We had our very special episode of Meet at the End right before this because, sometimes people have schedules, and producer Teddy even has a life. So we waited for him to give us the real show, because as you may have noticed from Meet at the End, it's a lot more boring because I'm very bad at that, which is okay because I'm okay at other things. Can't be the best at everything. But speaking of being at least okay at some stuff, and last we left off, we had a little bit of fun at the Blushing Tankard bar. There being a drinking competition and flirting going on, and dates had a not insignificant amount of good and fun. Had money made, drinking games lost. It's shared. At the end of the day, the group gathered and were able to rest, relax, back to it. And so it was that everyone got a long rest. And
bring up my character sheet.
Yeah, it was a good time. All of your baby, not for our sake, but for your baby's sake. As people are coming down for the day, Slayer just naturally realizing that a little bit of the perhaps destruction left in the wake of his good evening, just very politely tossed 4 gold down and said sorry about the mess in a very Han Solo-y way, and went off to have some breakfast, and Knock, starting their day, Alex's day, is to down the stairs, and he sees 3 gentlemen. Two of them are kind of lightly armored up, some studded leathers on their bodies, but both of them have on their right and left shoulders these markings on them, the mark of 2 large fists punching each other. Looks like more sideways. You can tell that they're fists, and the fists meeting, and there in the center of them, with a little bit more pomp to his armor. Let me make sure that I describe him correctly, because spoiler, he has a character sheet.
So does he have pomp? Does he also have circumstance?
Well, you're about to find out. So
I was thinking that. I was thinking that exact thing.
Nailed it. We're all on that wavelength together. It's fine.
It helps when we have a little bit of meat at the end at the beginning.
Right?
We might have to schedule some extra time.
We tuned
start doing that more often.
Tuned in. But right there, there he is. His half plate on a shield kind of strapped to his back, a walking stick right next to him, with the handle kind of a looks like a fist, but the middle finger knuckle is out far enough to be very dangerous if swung. You have in fact encountered once before, at least being swung at you. But
yeah.
You notice one Galen Forsyth, a lieutenant in a very particular group. His on his chest plate, the same fists meeting, larger, whereas the leather armor on these two individuals is kind of a deep, kind of almost blood red, with the fists a kind of almost branded white on it.
Okay.
On his armor, nice shiny silvery armor. The fists on his chest are solid crimson red, and he looks up, notices you, notices Alec in particular, just because Alec is there. And well, I guess I can bring us to map of the Blushing Tankard.
Yeah. Oh goodness, I gotta bring this guy into it.
But
it was a long time coming, I'm aware, but
you see them, and right there in front of them, the young Ramdena, whom had been out with Akira the night before, or in with Akira the night before.
I couldn't remember the name.
You're okay. And she very politely is listening to a story from him. Basically him stopping his story in the middle, just quickly looking towards the footsteps coming down the stairs, then looking back and continuing.
Real quick.
Sounds like he. Yeah, go for it.
I was just gonna ask. I noticed I'm on the map. Can I actually place myself?
Yeah. I just dropped you because you had already talked about being up for the morning.
Totally. Thank you. Continue.
So
just so I got my bearings. Which one of these is Forsyth?
The one in silver. The one in the middle.
One in the silver. Okay, that's what I thought. I wanted to make sure. Okay.
But,
so he just stops talking for a second just to see me coming down.
Just because he saw. He heard footsteps. Just looked, saw, just like nodded towards you in the way of like a person acknowledging another person, and then going back, and it sounds like he's talking about travel from Zadash to over here, going through the Labenda swamp and finding his way out this way. So remind me your passive perception.
Mine, I gotta look it up real quick. My passive is 14.
Okay. You can tell that well, he's tall and thin for a dwarf, and he keeps a very, very clean face. His facial structure and that of the young lady in front of him are very, very similar.
So the facial structure of Forsyth and the woman that he's talking to.
The woman across.
What's her name?
Yeah.
Rendena?
Rendena.
Do we ever get Rendena's?
Oh.
Yeah, not at all.
Yes, she is Irina Klomop's daughter, the proprietor of this inn.
Oh.
Who was the lady who was ringing the bell the night before?
Okay. What I'll say is, as he's talking or whatever, pays me no mind just to look at me coming down the stairs. As Alec walks by, I'm actually going to make a point to... I have a quick clarification. Everything is all paid up, right? We're all good. Like,
Yeah,
I can just straight up walk out of here.
Yeah, we're good.
Paid the day before.
Okay. I figured. If that's the case, with what I have on me, I'm going to just walk by casually. I'm, quite frankly, just not even going to look at Slayer. And I'm gonna walk out of the tavern because I'm getting out of the situation, and I'm not showing ties to anybody, so I'm not going to associate with anyone in front of Forsyth, at least. So I'm straight up just walking out of the tavern. Like, I'm not gonna stay in there. I'm gonna I'm gonna walk outside and probably get some distance between me and the building before I kind of regroup, essentially.
All right. Very politely walking by, not showing any particular interest. Remdena just gives a very polite morning, and keep it on. I'll say, like, mumble. I won't even like really use my voice or something in the morning. Like, just like something very polite, just to like kind of brush it off as like not to. I don't want her going back saying that was peculiar, because I want her to just think, oh, he was just rushed, that kind of thing. Easy enough. No real reason to suspect otherwise. He passed right by and walk out the front door. Slayer, do you do anything in particular?
I don't know. I mean, probably just raise my my drink at him. I mean, I'm probably just drinking some water, probably, honestly, but just like raise my mug at him.
He keeps walking.
Yep.
And gets himself out of the situation.
Slayer will just kind of like shrug it off, like.
Fair enough. But it is also morning for the rest of you as well. Brandor feeling much more himself than he has in quite a number of days.
And very much enjoying that.
No longer feeling at half hit points. 4th level exhaustion is a slum bitch.
Real?
Yeah, I've got.
Hero would have gotten dressed into what they had on the previous night, because they liked it, and they would run down for breakfast.
Kira heading down in the very nice floral silk their excuse me, the floral silk of their outfit. Lay down as you head down and walk by, or begin to walk by, Remdena kind of there's a little bit of a smile and kind of hair over the ear. Good morning, Akira.
Akira will sweep their bangs out of their face and say, "It is awesome to see you as well."
I want to meet. She has that moment of. Guess you might have seen my mom last. This is Dad. Daddy. Kira is a friend that came over for dinner last night.
Hello.
And
Akira will say that out loud. They'll say hello to Ramdana's father out loud.
And he turns, and you see kind of a scar across his face. The eye is still good, but it's really been had by a blade once upon a time. But he nods towards you, kind of white, straight, slick back hair, pretty well built, as far as like, you know, strength and all that goes. And he actually slides his stool out and stands up. You can tell he has a little bit of a bum leg on his left leg. He kind of uses his walking stick to help set that. Good morning. Any friend of Ramdana's is a friend of mine. Mullin Forsyth.
Thank you. Akira will shake his hand. Akira.
Oh, very, very nice to meet you. Where are you from? I've never actually seen a creature quite like you before.
Akira is gonna blush. I'm from Grim Galir.
Oh, it's been a hot moment since I've been out that far east. But interesting folk. Dwarven stronghold like that raises all kinds, I suppose.
Yeah, it does.
Well, as long as you're in town, feel free to stop by as you need.
Thank you. That is most kind.
He nods and starts hobbling back towards the stool and sits down and kind of puts up a hand towards one of his guards, just kind of like something is unspoken and yet is being told. And,
Gotcha.
And the both of them kind of relax a little bit and go back to their beverages. Him back to his beverage and food.
All right. Akira is going to, and you know, it's up to you if you want to do it. They'll probably like just engage in some like light, general conversation with Ramdana. Probably more of the same awkward conversation from the night before, and then kind of wait for the rest of the group to show up to eat, or go sit next to Slayer, one of the two.
Yeah.
Getting all those stuff.
Chilling, eating, you know.
Yeah, Akira will just say good morning to Slayer, but in giant.
Slayer looks just, looks like he's really enjoying his morning. You know, like he's got a cup of, mug of water or maybe orange juice or something, and just a good hearty breakfast.
That smell of bread that's kind of ever present here, right. breads and meats and.
Okay. Yeah, and then Akira will just sit down and wait for Ramdana to come back. So they want to definitely give their order to Ramdana, like they are. That's a yeah.
You can tell the morning, as far as like morning service goes, it's pretty much biscuity bread and smoked meats and a few little side vegetables to round off a meal. But basically, whomever's cooking in the back is doing all the harder work, and she's just bringing stuff out and dropping orders. And we have another. Right. Bringing out the less fermented beverages for the morning. Right. Maybe a little hair of the dog for when needed, but as each of you are able to consciousness, come downstairs at your leisure, prepare yourselves at your leisure.
Brandon will come down around about this point, conveniently right as the kitchen staff are thinking, another order. Brandor comes down the stairs ready to put in an order for food.
Easy enough.
As Aerdrin goes down, he's going to peep that there are other people at the bar, and just for kind of shits and gigs, he's going to walk out, and then about 10 seconds later, his echo is going to walk out, like visibly past both of them, and then he's just going to sit by Slayer and Akira, and then dispel his echo.
You just can't help yourself.
No, I can't. I really can't.
And they see the two guards seem a little more observant of such things. After several people are coming down, Gellin doesn't even look up, but the guards each, and like seeing the second shadowy you, seeing how it's fully engulfed in that negative energy looking you. One of them looks like they reach down for a small blade on their hip and don't pull it out, but just like their hand on it, and then it just walks by, and they kind of hand off the blade again.
Much also following like Akira's suit, Aerdrin's going to say good morning to Akira and Slayer and Giant.
Of course, is going to
start morning in Giant.
Akira's going to look over at Slayer and say, and just kind of like, in Giant, why so spectacular?
Does Brandor know Giant? Does Brandor seem to be tracking the conversations?
I'm not actually sure. Let me double check. Hold on.
Just curious. Slayer will probably still continue the conversation in Giant until it's pointed out, but...
No, he does not.
I will say, after Akira asks that question, before Slayer gets a chance to answer Aerdrin, you're going to see Aerdrin's eyes in that very, like, do not answer that honestly way.
In Giant, he'll just say, shoot. I had something and then just kind of flittered it away there.
How dare.
Just say something to the effect of, it's always better not waking up alone and on a chunk of rock that you found out in the woods, it's pleasant having company.
And in reply, Akira's gonna say, "Oh, good. I thought you would have hurt yourself from all the sex you had last night."
Aerdrin is double face palming at this, like silently crying.
No. Not that old yet. Plenty of youth left in me.
DM, just a heads up, I sent you a a DM. So
Held it.
He slid into DMs.
I slid in the DMs. So at
Fellow
your leisure,
DMs slid into the
check that
DMs of a
out.
DM.
That's what I was working on. So sorry. Stuff and things.
A fellow DM slid into the DMs of a DM.
It was about the letters DM.
Oh. Were the letters D and M also involved in your
It was a
conversation
DM.
about Letter DM?
So if I sent the letters DM to Jeremy, would that be a DM to DM, DM, DM?
A DM from a DM to a DM about DMs.
Disadvantage on you, disadvantage on your cow, disadvantage.
Fucking love it.
You're laughing now until you actually have to roll a disadvantage.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'll still love it then. It's still
That-
funny.
That
We
response
can-
was hilarious.
We saw the rabbit hole and we just went, well,
Mm-hmm.
Any losers.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, Luca's gonna have to come down the stairs at some point.
indeed.
Might as well.
This morning, Luca would be utilizing the shift weave on his clothing, and instead of his normal bright clothing, I think Luca will be wearing this morning a simple white button shirt, black vest, and probably a dark, almost black, what look like doeskin breeches. And he's carrying his normal equipment, so he has his longsword on his back, his cittern hanging over his shoulder, and he would come down into the bar. Oops, sorry. There we go.
All right, all right. And as you walk by, Remdena would just kind of. That's Mr. Tiberius was in here last night. Sorry, the other one, Mr.
Callum?
Callum.
That's the one.
Yeah, he's Callum.
I'm sorry. So many of you came in yesterday. Master Callum came. Quite an impressive display up on the stage last night, and you can tell that she's kind of like basically filling this man in front of her in on the goings on of recent, and
Could I make an insight check? Is she feeling threatened?
I mean, go ahead and make an insight check. Bum 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 bum. There it is. So,
Is it not porting over to roll 20?
didn't port over. You might need to reload your character sheet, but I did see it. So
Will do.
you can tell she's very, very comfortable talking to him. Where there's a little bit of like flirty jitters that she has with like Akira being in the room, but like she she's feeling very, very comfortable around this guy.
I'm gonna roll a d4 just to see if it transfers over. There you go.
And
Okay, cool.
verily.
Future rolls will show up. Cool. Sorry about that.
You're all right. You're all right. So, with that, as you're all gathering, say now that Blackbird's off doing Blackbird stuff.
Blackbird stuff.
Blackbird stuff. Who knows what Blackbird things are?
Is it like blue stuff?
It's kind of like
Thinking of in a fountain or
Or watching Blue's Clues, or
collecting random shiny things and making tools out of small sticks. No.
Yeah.
Flying around a funeral.
Elsa. All right.
Yeah.
So.
Tapping, lightly rapping out the door.
Lightly rapping at the chamber door.
To some visiting, I muttered, tapping gently at my chamber door.
My shorts. I had to do the Simpsons one.
If you're just some. Okay, so that purchase straight out of the book, unless you're trying to argue a thing, Master Knock.
Mm-hmm.
And going to go and take form. Okay. All right. So the rest of you see someone walk in the front door. Luca, you're the only one who has any inkling at all of who this might be. Go ahead, I'll have you do just a history check.
I'm not really good at this. But I rolled okay.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So you recognize the face of an elven gentleman walking in different leathers than he had before. The leathers that he had before were very official looking, very they had Crown's Guard logo on them, the logo of the crown with the branches and things around it, and of the Dwendalian Empire. This is a lot more plain but fresh looking leathers, and he comes. He's walking in, looking very officiate, kind of motion to his walking. Go ahead and make a deception check.
Yeah, let's see. I can actually get it to pull up here for me. There we go. Let's see how that does. 24.
Nailed it. As he walks in and walks by, you have that thought of that moment of like, oh shit, he's here for me. And he walks right by you like nothing. He doesn't even know you. He starts walking over towards Gellin.
Wait, is Knock here now?
No. Not according to a 24 deception check, he's not. And he starts walking up to. Oh, you just turned off your camera.
Yeah.
As he comes in and starts talking with Gellin over there at the bar. Very shortly after, a young gnome, maybe his low 20s, comes running in and has a folded up piece of paper. I've got a missive for Luca.
Luca looks around at his companions with the look on his face of like, no.
Just to just to clarify, I would have totally gave Callum the name Callum.
Oh, my apologies, retcon. Got a missive for Callum?
Luca would readily stand up and walk over to accept it.
And as you stand up and start walking, he goes, he did say copper, and he kind of runs forward, hands it out to you, and kind of flips a gold coin in his hand and catches it. It's gold I ever made, and he starts walking away.
I'm gonna read the missive as I walk back, or before I walk over to the table. I'm gonna go ahead and read it.
All right.
Hi, Kyrie. Hi.
As the two of them,
Hi.
As the two of them converse for a moment, all of a sudden hear Gellin kind of perk up and stand very tall. Sorry, what did you say his name was?
Talking to the guard?
Talking to the guard.
Says, just with as whatever voice you'd given the other guy, that one guard,
Yes.
hasn't given us a name. Actually, kind of refuses to talk to us. But I mentioned the sons, and he seemed to not respond well to it.
Well, today might be a good day indeed. Mullin, Dram, go see what he's talking about. And
I give him the directions to the prison that was like far off in the way from where we were.
yeah, the gear hole. It's down on the first level. And as the three of them start to brush by, and very officially start walking away, he kind of stops and turns. Aren't you going to lead me to him?
Yes, actually. And so I apologies, I forgot myself. I was just trying to get my affairs in order. And so he walks out with them. And my actions, just to be blatant, are I'm going to try to find a crowded area and get lost ASAP. Like I'm going to lead them through, and I'm going to find a crowd to try and get lost in.
All right. As you start to lead them out and head out that way, go ahead and make a as part of that. It'll be a deception and stealth challenge. Three of. You can choose which, basically, one at least one of each, but you can decide what the third one is, either stealth or deception.
Deception.
Then while he's rolling that, Luca, you catch written very much in a not sure if you recognize handwriting, because it hasn't really been a thing of y'all passing notes to each other, but the it reads, "Well, Fisher, I might be back to get the item he's crafted for me, but it'll be quite some time. I'm sorry I couldn't stay. I'd be damned if I said I didn't want to very badly. Can't be the cause of any more heartache. Man in the leather armor with the logo of Boxel is a very bad man. Stay away from him. Well, stay together. You're stronger that way." Which I am actually going to post that into the soup.
Wow.
Whoa.
But,
yeah, that was major.
So
Yeah.
As you're
Bearded just
reading
casually dropping bombs over here.
Actually saying I'm leaving the party. Just
I will give you an additional insight check to see if you can put 2 and 2 together as he's leaving.
Okay. So I have an interesting question. Luca is wearing a ring of truth telling. Would this be a situation where that comes into play?
It's a written letter. I don't know if it would.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing, is that it would be pretty difficult for that to work. So for now, no.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I'm just making sure that my roll doesn't go with advantage because I don't want that to happen if it's not needed.
Right.
Well, I mean,
I don't think so.
how does that ring work again? Because like technically, like, wasn't.
how does it alert you to a lie?
Yeah, because wasn't there technically lies being spoken in your vicinity?
You know what?
Oh.
You know what? I will in fact say, roll
You
it again.
dirty rat.
You can't leave us that easy.
Mhm. Oh fucking hell! So good.
Holy shit!
Oh,
Holy shit! What a roll!
Leave me alone.
so as you have their conversation and they go to leave, you look up from the letter, catch the briefest glance Officer Emberwind's face as he walks by, and there's a little bit of sad in his eye as he glances towards you and then looks away. Straightens himself up and starts walking out the door with 3 gentlemen, whom you probably don't know who Boxel is, just as a spoiler, but that fist symbol, that double fist symbol, looks, it looks pretty distinctive, and
I might be able to draw an inference.
Yeah, maybe draw a little bit of an inference even with the lower of the insights, but they move out the door, and as they start heading out, the morning traffic beginning, the morning traffic beginning, there's a moment where they begin to move away. Give us a tick. So you've got the 24, 16, and 10. So I'm gonna real quick. 24 and 16 is 40. So that's 50. 50. Go. Okay. So then that is going to be contested by a 1, a 2, a 3. Ooh, that's very bad. Quickly thinking, as you talk a good game, getting them all the way to the lift, to go down the winch to head down to underneath to the lower Hupperduke.
Okay.
How would you try to escape? Basically, not having a super clear line of cutting line of sight, basically.
Well, I mean, as soon as I got anywhere for any form of obscured from them, I would try to shift into somebody else, and try and ditch the leathers as quick as possible. I don't know how well that would go, but that's my intent. Then
with that, you kind of realize that he's keeping an eye on you, like in a way that is, he's not suspicious of you. Suspicious. He's like, he's very much like in go mode of like this. He's at the prison, and he's very interested in this, in everything to do with that.
Yeah.
And then as the guard, the sides of the lift get kind of set up and ready to be released and drop down, it starts to go. And go ahead and make a athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
I'll do acrobatics because I'm way better at that.
You can do it.
No!
Okay.
Not terrible.
Above average. That's with a +7.
Hey. That is pretty good, and I will let you go ahead and burn a key point if you would like to step of the wind.
For sure, yeah. I will definitely burn a key point for that.
So as it starts to drop, you just very quickly turn on your heel, disengage, and start running, leaping, grabbing onto the ledge, and pulling yourself up. To jump as far and as hard as possible, grabbing onto the ledge as it starts to drop. There's a little bit of a what? Hey! And the other two look like they're going for their blades. Real quick, roll a quick initiative for me. While the others, Luca, you put two and two together as they were leaving. What are you doing about it?
Luca is going to sit down at the table, look around at everyone, and just he'll kind of just meet everyone's eyes one at a time before telling them, that was Alec. He's taking a very big chance, and if we want to help him, then we need to pack whatever things he might have left in his room, and we need to get on the road now.
As soon as you finish that sentence, Eredrin is out the door.
Yeah, Akira would have.
Don't chase him. He's slippery, and you know it. I have faith that he'll get away. I've got a way to contact him, all right? We'll meet up with him on the road.
And
Akira, you might be the only one fast enough to try to. Akira, you might be the only one fast enough to try to scout him in town, but I think it's too dangerous to do so. We should be packing our things and getting on the road so that he has a place to meet us.
Akira shakes their head in agreement.
And Slayer, you said you were muted. What were you trying to say?
Yeah, I was gonna say, as soon as you're like, well, don't chase him, and he's like thinking, oh, get his things. Like, well, then I'll go grab his things, and he just kind of gets up, goes back to the rooms to start, picking up as much
Grabbing
as he can carry,
Eredrin, the horses know you and Akira the best. Do you want to get them ready?
Will do.
Do you need me to grab anything before we go?
I mean, I have all my gear, so.
Kiss
Akira
comes in.
Akira has their backpack.
Kiss comes in from the side leading to the stables. Hey, ready to roll?
Luca grins and just nods.
In a very rambling way, like half in their brain, half speaking out loud. Eredrin's going to say, "Yes, you're with me on the horses. We have to get these ready as fast as possible. We have to get on the road now."
you start speed walking through and heading for it. Adkis has that moment of like, all right, I already did, and like you're shuffling with him out the door to go and get it done.
Can I just carry? How tall is he? Can I just carry him? Honestly, like just pick him up and just keep walking.
I mean, no, he's quick. He's almost as fast as you, naturally. And when he uses a bonus action to dash, he's at least as fast as you.
Yeah.
Atticus is the rogue.
Yeah, Atticus is what it is a pocket knifey boy. It happens. Yeah, he matches your expedience, walking out that way. Slayer heading for the upstairs.
Correct, Mundo.
Akira, Brandor, Luca
Going to the stables with Erdrin for the horses.
heading to the stables. Okay.
I think I'll also go.
Luca's gonna. I was gonna say Luca's gonna help Brandor because Brandor is still not 100%.
So,
Yeah, definitely a little slow.
And
real
Akira,
talk here, Jeremy. Like, how much of a curveball did I throw, or did you plan for this? Like,
That's the thing is everything is planned for because I see all timelines.
oh, okay.
So
You're an Echo Knife in real life.
He's
only
got
one
the
that we
time
provide.
stone.
I am a real world chronergist. Don't at me, okay? It's fine. So,
I'm sorry, Akira. I interrupted you. What were you saying?
Oh no, I was gonna say that as a matter of fact, as Akira would notice that Erdrin was gonna go try and pick up as this and would have slapped Erdrin's hand with their tail. Like we're not at home.
Said I was the best socially either, but anyhow. What were you saying, Brandor?
Serious. I'll go help with the horses as much as I can, but obviously, the body, the spirit is willing, but the body needs time.
The flesh is weak.
and
The spirit is willing, but the body is fleshy and bruised.
Spongy, bruised.
all right, Slayer, get ready for what you're about to do. I'm going to jump back over to Lieutenant Emberwind or Officer Emberwind real quick. And as Officer Emberwind jumps up and grabs one of the guys, that being your surprise round of jumping and grabbing, not pulling yourself all the way up, but certainly getting a hold of it, because 12 is 12. The one draws one of its blades and hurls it at you. Give me a second. Is oh shit. Okay. We're starting out with a crit there, friends. But this is the only one that got ahead of you. The only one that got ahead of you.
Sorry, the aesthetic of Bearded dropping out of the chat when you announced that a crit.
You sent them running.
Life.
He's like, yeah, I quit. No, I quit.
Just a knife, okay? It's not that bad.
Oh, man.
That was great timing. That was perfect timing for you to drop off.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my god.
Got
Like,
the
and I crit on you.
Hilarious.
right? Like, it's,
And I quit.
throws this thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. So,
Sorry, I
as
got disconnected. I will say, just for a blanket for this entire encounter, I will be until taking the dodge action
hey, yeah.
as I'm running.
That's the thing is basically your surprise round with the 12 not getting all the way up the side of the ledge. This little mini combat brought to you by surprise. I run and jump and grab onto the ledge.
Brought to you by Once Upon a D20. Support us on Patreon.
So one of them is able to outspeed you by just a half second, but they also crit on their damage. Holy shit, maximum damage. One of the guards just very quickly is able to just but you do have a reaction, as you are the one that instigated the surprise round.
Okay.
As a reminder, you are a monk. Has the ability to catch things that are thrown at you.
Deflect missiles.
Yeah, so I will go ahead and deflect that bad boy and catch it.
Right. So that's a D10 plus monk level plus dexterity.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a thing for that.
Yes, there is.
That's the damage, baby.
You want to use a key point to throw it back?
Nice.
No, actually, I'm just gonna pocket that thing.
Oh hell yeah! Add a +1
Like
dagger
mine,
to your inventory.
I'm gonna say thank you. Just
add a +1 dagger to your inventory. By the way,
That's awesome.
yes, of course. Why wouldn't I?
yeah, this blade gets thrown at you, and you just like an inch from it stabbing right into you. You just turn and catch it, and you thanks, and absolutely you leap yourself up and just and start running. As they drop below the side. Your other action that you had announced, getting out of that armor as fast as possible, because it's actually kind of cumbersome and kind of shitty to move in.
It's no
and
good.
So
I'm not in my gym jams. I can't move like I can do in my gym jams.
Team Monk all the way, baby. Team Monk.
Easiest way to do that is to get as small as possible, so you shrink down a little bit, a much shorter, slightly ganglier elf, and just like move your whole body, just snake shed this leather armor that you bought, drop it on the ground and start running.
And then as I come back to size, there's a man sitting on the side with an alcoholic beverage. He watches that whole thing happen as I run. He looks at his drink and just pours it out.
And
Nice.
yeah, so you start running back to where you had tucked away your own clothes.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna find where I stashed my robe and because I have my, obviously the leathers, but I have my monk robe and I have my cloak, and then also my quarterstaff, and also.
Yeah.
I don't think I honestly, if I'm being honest, I wouldn't have had anything on me except for maybe my darts, and that would have been concealed anyway. So yeah.
So like all of the extra accoutrement, kind of showing who and what you are, tucked away in an alley, easy enough.
Just Bugs Bunny these guys,
and they're short enough to not be stolen by anyone. I rolled for it, and as you kind of run by, so the stable's actually kind of on the front of this place. You announce your intentions, or do you try and sneak at this moment, or are you just full on running?
The stable. This is the stable where I stashed my stuff. Is what you're saying?
Oh no, the stable for the Blushing Tankard is along the street. So your friends who are getting the horses ready would probably see you running back down the street as not you and not Emberwind again.
Yeah, with just like a robe and like my stuff in my hands.
Just running in your underwear down the street.
No, I will do everything I can to
now?
obscure my sight. I will get behind a moving cart. I'll get behind a crowd. I'll get behind a tree. I'll like run behind a line of trees. Anything to like obscure who I am. Like obviously, I'm gonna stick like a sore thumb, but I'm gonna try.
Like, what kind of?
It's entirely stealth. Go ahead and rock a stealth check.
Okay.
He's doing the Austin Powers gag where he's like hiding himself like as things move.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
He's doing the Austin Powers gag.
Like blowing up the balloon.
Really comes from, that comes from a Bruce Lee skit, I think.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's very Austin Powers. It is not Ninja Gaiden. It's Austin Powers.
You hear
Can I-
the.
Can I consistent try to perceive this from the stables?
Well, I'm just calling passive perceptions.
Yeah.
If you have a 13 or it's passive 13 or higher, you definitely notice him. While y'all are about to, so some or several of you are about to
Put your
notice
hand
him,
down, monk.
Slayer.
Mm-hmm.
You shift to Slayer for a second.
Yeah.
Oh, you're heading upstairs, grabbing the backpack of
Oh yeah, I love the haversack.
Yeah.
of all of Alex extra stuff.
Yeah.
I could have kept that and put all my shit in there. I could have done that. Why didn't I do that? Never mind.
You panicked. You saw the dude. You ran. It's reasonable.
True. I didn't have time to go back up to my room. That's true.
Yeah.
I was like, I saw it and I was like, peace out. I had thought about this before we started the session today. I was not gonna think about this last night. I'm like, does Knock run? Because I feel like Knock would run, and
Okay.
Knock ran.
Yeah. So Slayer, going up for the backpack.
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing anything else while you're up there?
I mean, does anybody else leave anything? Like, if I'm the only one headed up there, I guess
He's just gonna come down with
It's
everyone's
just-
effects.
No, it's just Knock stuff. We all already had our stuff. It's just Alex stuff that
I
we
just
needed.
see like him coming down with like an armful of stuff, going like, I just grabbed everybody's things. Like we already have our things.
There is something I'm gonna have Luca do while Slayer's up there. So go ahead.
Okay. It's...
I'm getting kind of giddy.
I don't. I don't know if he would mention what's going on to Navanod because he hasn't seen her come down yet. I don't think.
Yeah. So yeah.
Still
While
recovering, man.
you're getting your
Here's
stuff
the med kit.
or getting the stuff, she comes out of your room, kind of buttoning herself together and getting her cloak and everything kind of settled and a little bit bleary-eyed from the previous night, and she's kind of as she kind of steps out, she's checking her clothes a little bit. You see she has a very nice dagger with a kind of pale blue gem on the pommel that she kind of double checks is there and straightens herself out, and she does not notice you there, and just kind of pulls out a necklace that you saw her take off the night before, with a large, a pretty thick kind of black pearl on it, and pulls it out, gives it a little kiss, puts it back under her shirt, and then turns and kind of sees you with the wee lad backpack on your shoulder, and
That must be comical in him.
morning.
It's an excellent morning so far. I see.
Insert anime laugh.
Right?
The Goku hand behind the head, like, ah.
And she starts walking towards you and kind of puts a hand on your shoulder, and you don't see any energy manifest, but you feel a little charge into you as y'all converse here. I will say it on here. It is her bestowing a subtle gift of alacrity on you.
Right on. I think I noted that. If not, I'll do so again. But he will sort of just kind of do the same, like put a hand on like her shoulder, like over her arm, kind of thing, you know, like same, and say, I wanted to thank you properly for a night well spent together, and unfortunately, me and my companions are away, or going away at this point. We have some very important business to attend to. I would ask if you wanted to accompany us, but I feel you have other obligations, perhaps. I feel you mentioned that last night. It's all a bit of a blur, really.
Yeah, no. Hi. Yes, I'm
Very violent blur.
I'm headed out. I'm headed out to the north, to Lexington, I think.
Right.
Yeah. So, look me up if you're up in the area.
I will indeed. I believe. I believe we're headed to towards Grimglear again. I think they mentioned. I'm not sure.
Oh,
Keep
that's
changing my
entirely
accent.
the
Nail it down. Sorry.
it's entirely the wrong direction. But and she as she completes the casting of that, and that she kind of rushes into you. She gives a little extra squeeze on your shoulder, and then kind of takes a moment to do the verbal and somatic components to disguise self. Whereas she she looks her makeup's a little undone, shall we say, and hair a little messy, and so she very quickly casts disguise self, and all of a sudden her hair looks much more presentable, straightened out, kind of braided up, flawless makeup, and take care of yourself.
And then, as sort of sticking with, I suppose, is what's becoming a bit of a theme, he'll then, from her shoulder, he'll then take it to her hand that's maybe still on her shoulder, I don't know. No, she did other things, that's right. He'll take her hand and do the whole, like, hand kiss thing, and says, "It was a pleasure meeting you." I gotta look at the name, I can't recall it off the top of my head still.
Player, the most brutal gentleman.
Exactly. Yeah. And then we'll just kind of sprint back off, essentially, disappearing heroically through the tavern doors.
Indeed. She walking much less swiftly than you down the stairs. So you run out the back doors. And there we go. Her moment in the sun is done. But I can put her back in the hopper.
15 minutes.
There's your 15 minutes of fame there, sister.
Damn.
But
Everybody gets one.
Tavern at the end.
Cold-blooded.
Everybody gets one. Tell him, Peter.
Exactly.
Everybody gets one.
Tell him, Peter.
Apparently, everybody gets one.
All right, but yes. So those of you heading out, getting everything kind of situated, ready. You have the very real moment of Adkis looking up and not noticing, in fact, the small dude sneaking around. What does he look like currently? Does not look like currently.
Talking about my guy?
Yeah. What is
Makeshift guy? Yeah, I mean, I would say, he, the size of like a really tall gnome, but in an elf, like a super short elf, like taller than a gnome, way shorter than an elf, because I had to slip out of that armor. And I'm basically buck naked at this point because I clothes gone. So.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, so just like kind of loose boxers running by. Running by, Atticus doesn't even notice. The rest of you kind of see this guy sneaking about back and forth, and then he ducks down. He ducks down an alleyway. What do the rest of you do?
Am I out there at this point?
You're about to be.
Okay.
Well,
As he's- Assuming that it's knowing what I know about Knock, I'm gonna say, how can we help? Just in his head.
Oh, he's a little too far away for that right now.
Oh, shit.
Unless you follow him.
Unless you follow him.
Hey, I have to answer my door really quick. I'll be right back.
I also honestly need a quick bio. I'll be right back.
Look at that.
while we're waiting for the Slayer, Luca is sitting in the cart, and he's going to pull out a small bit of old, a little piece of old Saturn string, wrap it into a coil, and just kind of cast Sending. And his target will, of course, be Knock. And the message will be simple. Just, hey, get disappeared as best you can and meet us by the eastern gates.
Hey, WTF.
We'll be there. Yes, you can respond to this message.
You're belting on your proper pants, getting into what's your next form. You going back to Alec or?
Yeah, I will as soon as, because I know Alec hasn't been burned yet. I don't think they have no reason to be suspicious of Alec. Definitely. Like, that's why I picked Emberwind, because, like, if they're like, hey, why'd you lie to us, they're gonna go to him. But for me, yeah, I would go back to Alex, so I don't think it's like, so as soon as I get somewhere where no one's seeing me, I will try my best to get into those clothing as quick as possible. Now, when I get the Sending message, you said something about, like, meeting at the East Gates? Is that what it was, Tim?
Yeah, that's what.
Yes, because that's of course, the East Gate, is the closest one towards Upper Duke.
Gotcha.
Or closest one towards Grimgleer, I'm sorry. Grimgleer.
Meet us at the Eastern Gates. Do you accept these charges? Sorry.
But you do get to respond to a Sending.
Did he call ATT? No. So, CAL, ATT.
Real
Shout out to the millennials.
One thing I wanted to also address in parting with Navinant, I would that the wineskin that I have of Jimothy brand, I would actually also leave that with her.
Oh, the wineskin, the smaller one.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
leaving Jimothy with her?
Yeah, like as just like a keepsake reminder thing. Oh, I have
That's sweet.
I have 3 of them actually. So
You have three of the smaller wineskins,
yeah,
and then the keg.
yeah, so I leave one with her.
The soft wall keg.
Yeah.
Is it brewed of, with, or by Jimothy?
in remembrance.
Technically
of.
correct. Correct, the best kind of correct.
Yeah.
He's always with us in spirit, though. So.
Exactly.
So. Copy that.
Well, so when I hear the message about meet us at the East Gates, I hear that. I do not respond. And I'm just. This is one of those not toxic versions of it's what my character would do. I go to the West Gate. I go towards the West Gate. If there is a West Gate. Is there a West Gate? I'm assuming there's a West Gate.
There is not, in fact. So, yeah.
North or south, then?
Yeah. So, even more so, getting back to wide shot. Duke is right over here.
And as Luca said, he's a slippery one.
All right. So.
Well, I mean, if he doesn't want to meet up with us.
I mean, there's a guy who's like just paid to track you guys down just a little bit ago.
That's true. That's very true.
That is.
So, as the group gets themselves put together, mounted up.
Oh no!
And I'm back.
Oh no, that's not good.
Hey, it's fortunate. I'm already on medical leave, so.
I mean, fair enough.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Congratulations on even more leave.
Yeah.
That, I mean, I'm so sorry.
So
Oh wow, I feel like I walked in on a sad moment.
Oh, no. Chelsea is just suffering from the big Rona.
19.
Oh, the big 19. So.
You got that Kobe.
So sad news and speedy recovery.
Speedy recovery on all fronts, and I'm so sorry to hear that.
But yes, so the group there, they're heading back towards the lifts multiple down to Low Hup. We're heading out towards
I will make an addendum.
Your group came in through the southern gate, which is the one that is closer to the road that heads out to the west.
Well, then I guess I'll head towards the south, but I'm gonna make an addendum to. I said I didn't respond. I will respond.
Okay.
I will just very quickly, just simply say, it's for the best. Leave me be. Like just like a simple like don't follow me kind of thing, and like just I don't know. I don't want to like explain too much because I don't want to like. I want to keep mystery there as well, like, it's interesting, but at the same time, I don't know what the crew is feeling, and I don't want them to think that I'm like, okay, I will add on, it's not you, it's me. So...
I'll make it better.
That is the only thing you could say to make that even worse, besides I killed your cat, by the way.
We're running naked through town right now.
Do I know that this is Knock that is running naked through town?
Well, it happened very quickly, and y'all did see them run by a moment ago, but they ran by and then ducked down an alleyway.
Okay.
And nobody ran after them. I was trying to give you all a moment to do that. But,
that's why I was asking if I was out there.
Yes, now you are catching up as Luca is sending and then receiving such sending.
If Slayer's running after me, I'm actually kind of scared.
You see the naked man.
Okay, I didn't see.
You got busy giving away wine to a friend.
Yeah.
Luca is going to turn to Eredrin, and grin just a little bit. And Eredrin, he's running and says that he doesn't want us to follow him.
Who's running?
I think you know what that means.
I think I do.
Stop reading into things. There's something to read. There's no lines to read between.
Who's
Eredrin,
running? Where are they?
I'll meet you at the Eastern Gate with our friend.
See you there. And I am following the naked man running down the alleyway.
Yes.
All right.
And I am following
capable party members. Yes.
And I'm following Eredrin.
You are going to hear in your head and get Akira as you start to follow me, and I'm going to say, "You help with the horses. I'll handle this."
Here will stop mid sprint which is probably pretty far for them.
I stopped after two steps, and I'm 80 feet away. So
Yeah. So this is Doc. It does not take you. It doesn't take you that long to get into your clothes because, well, honestly, your clothes are made for quick
Just
on.
cloth.
Yeah. They're quick on, quick belt, quick unstrap, and ditch if need be. So
I'm a one-man fast clothes change act. Like
you're a quick change act.
Yeah.
So as you're getting yourself finished and begin to try and exit the back end of that alleyway, this is going to be another one of those moments of your acrobatics, where just basically your speed of movement, versus that of Slayer. You sounded interested in doing something too.
Yeah, I showed up and like people were talking about someone's running, there's chasing going on. He's just kind of trying to catch up with what's going on.
All right, are you gonna try and follow Eredrin?
Do it.
I
can
guess so,
easily-
yeah, sure, yeah.
Okay.
I will chase as well then.
Okay, then each of you make an athletics check as you are, an athletics check. Just as kind of like y'all are running too, but y'all are stronger than you are dexterous.
Mm-hmm.
Very true.
I need to try to like redo the paying the cat tax, but like she's being really clawsy right now.
Hey now,
For
get your claws out of my justice.
for roleplay purposes, it's gonna be noticeable that Akira is upset that Eredrin and Slayer took off and that they were asked to stay behind. Like they kind of like, it's definitely like a mad look on their face.
Are you Tackleberry?
No.
You like
No,
get
I feel
upset when there's a
so
chase to be had?
If it makes
You're
you
not a part of it?
makes it feel better, Slayer just looks confused and just like looks like he's made a split decision as well.
Why are we chasing a naked man?
I didn't see the naked man, so I don't know what we're chasing.
Did he see? Yeah. Who are we chasing?
All right, so I'm just trying to reset my Beyond 20 extension here. See if
Ha! Ha!
ah, it worked. I can do the things now.
Love that.
Do I?
Ha 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 ha.
There it is. All right.
Wait,
so
James, question. Can my familiar, since it does have wings, my familiar can fly, right?
oh yes, he fly. Look at the sheath in your extras. He fly.
I'm going to direct my familiar to fly in such a way to keep an eyes on the naked, now clothed man running down the alleyway, and to keep an eye on him and keep me updated with who he
You
is.
let naked people be.
Yeah,
Just
right.
let naked running. Like, I'm just a naked man on a jog for a morning jog. Like, just let me be.
Not even naked, he's half naked.
Well, yeah, now he has clothes on. So I mean, it's good.
Well, now, but so you don't get quite around the corner before Nock exits the other side. Dumorin, on the other hand, gets right around the corner, and you see Nock. You see Nock down at the far end of this
More
alleyway.
specifically, Alec.
Sorry, Alec. Beginning to about to exit this alleyway on the far side, and look back. Do you even look back, Nock, as you hear big footsteps? They are not sneaky.
I feel like it would just be that scene in Jurassic Park where you look at the rear view mirror, and it's just like we're looking at the side view mirror, and it's like that's not helping seeing that. So I'm just gonna look forward, and I'm going to I will try and get away ASAP. I will try and dash away.
I will
Right.
Doomerin is also like kind of shouting at Eredrin as I pass them, like, what are we chasing? Who are we chasing?
In your head, you're going to hear Alec, just in giant, just Alec, chase Alec. Yes.
And then you see Alec. So now this goes from knock. If you had outdone both of them, you would have had advantage on the next part. But now they have a beat on you, and so you are now if you are committing to continuing to run, go ahead. And this is now going to turn into stealth and deception as well.
I'm gonna like I said, I will try to as soon as I can to ditch them and try and hide. Like I'm gonna try and get away.
Okay, in that case, it's not that. In that case, it's not even deception. It is all stealth.
Okay.
So 3 stealths for you. For Eredrin and Doomerin, that is going to be perceptions or investigations, your choice. Oh boy, easy.
It don't matter which ones you pick, because 2 of them. I got 2 natural 2s.
Can I argue for insight?
In this case, no. It's already looking pretty bad for our hero.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna need it. I don't think you're gonna need that little extra bump.
Oh yeah, I found your house.
Phalug ain't gonna help me.
The both of you, as Alec
Heroes
begins
roll
to,
dice, and today Eredrin's a fucking hero.
Yeah. So I mean, Doomer too. Just saying, like, it's pretty good. All together, like, I think the lowest die on that side of this equation was
12.
Was 10, and I think the highest one that Knock rolled was a 12.
Yeah.
So
what I imagine with these rolls is that I am so you guys are more athletic necessarily than acrobatic. I'm over here like flipping over stuff, parkouring and going up like scaffoldings and stuff like that, trying to get around these things and basically Jackie Channing my way through this city. And like you guys are like just launching over things. Like you're not even like there's no acrobatics to it. It's just like I'm just running. I'm getting to you. And sometimes I imagine in the case of Doomerin, you're just running through stuff.
I was sometimes skipping over it. Part of my stride.
No, Doomerin just appears to be jogging at a menial pace, but he's like Jason Voorhees. He's just always right behind you.
And then like, there's a
He's
cart
full
of
Michael
cabbages.
Myers again.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You keep looking back, and like he's there. You keep looking back, he's still there.
They're not getting smaller.
Yeah.
They usually get smaller.
You have a moment where you think you've lost him pretty well, but then as you keep running down the way, the both of them step around in front of you. As you made a lot of noise, and then kind of ducked away down an alleyway. It's quiet behind you. Mm-hmm. You think you're fine, and then you step out and go to step out onto the main drag, and you are greeted by not 1, not 2, but 3 of your friends. 2 of them are Eredrin.
Yes. And by the way, my echo is on the opposite side of me, so if I'm in front of you, my echo is standing right behind you. So if you turn around, you right into the echo.
Well, I can walk through your echo.
You can't. It is semi-corporeal.
It can. Don't worry about it. Point is,
anyway,
you come around, you see the 2 of them, and then you turn to look, and there's already Shadowdrin behind you.
Like, so you said we're in an alleyway, kind of like secluded?
Yeah. Well, it's a lot more secluded when there is the literally 2.5 men that is just Slayer.
Yeah. So I with that, I'm like, obviously I'm caught, and I'm just like, first of all, why the hell are you chasing me? Why don't you just leave me alone? Secondly, and I just kind of like, some bitch, and I just like take you guys, like try and hide you away from like any kind of like well, I can't. I'm not gonna be able to force Doomrin, but I will nudge as best I can and try and get Airgen over. And I'm like trying to make sure that nobody's looking down the alleyway, that kind of thing. And I'm like, don't you two know when to leave the hell enough alone?
I told you, when you were done hiding, you were going to have both of me standing behind you, and whether you want to hide or not, you have both of me standing behind you. So we're going to the...
But
I hate you. We're going to the Eastern Gate, and you're going to have us help you.
You don't even know. You have no idea what's going on. This is none of your business, frankly. So
I cast Detect Thoughts.
Oh.
Surface level, I will say.
You can roll to save.
Push. Yeah, he can push immediately. So
I thought,
it sounds like
I can push him out, but I thought when you cast Detect Thoughts, you get surface level immediately.
Yeah, you get surface level, but you can decide to just probe. Oh
yeah.
Firstly, wisdom save.
Okay, cool. Wisdom.
If you rebuff it, you can keep him out, but he does get surface level. Okay,
Nat
so
20.
what in fact does he get at the surface level as he is met by a resistance?
Question: can I tell he was digging around?
Yeah, well,
yes.
yes.
He can
so
when I
Well, not just because Nat 20, I don't think, right? I think verbiage of the spell, right?
So when he looks at you, in this particular case, because of the nature of it, he does not have to do wiggly woos to cast it, but you can feel that little bit of
I've felt it before.
that low pressure.
Because,
Yeah, that low pressure in your mind.
I mean, I've had several people in my life. I've had several people in this campaign cast Detect Thoughts on me. Am I that mysterious and brooding? So.
Yeah, you know that it's happening, and you know that it's from him.
Okay, so yeah, with that, surface level thoughts are really honestly just hastily. I have to get out of here, and I have to lead them away from the crew, essentially. Like, you know, you hear in vague terms, I got to lead them away from them, you know, that kind of thing.
And you hear in your brain as response, we will get you away from them, and if they come for us, let them come.
With that nat 20, you get pushed out, and like I'm just immediately like, stay out of here. It's not for you.
In that kind of brief pause, Slayer will sort of chime in and be like, to be fair, I haven't really understood much of what you guys got going on here, but after last night and the last few nights, you all seemed like good folk. If I call you friends look out for friends. You're in trouble, let's fix it. Who we need to kill?
I look up at you and I go, we don't need to kill anybody. You are fine. If you guys want to go off, and I don't care if you want to go kill a whole forest full of deer or anything like that, it does, as long as I'm separate from you, that's fine. I need to get away. I need to get out of town, and I need to get out now.
Well, let us get you out of town.
Hell no. This is none of your, I'm not letting you step your foot in this.
I've stuck my foot in so many things before. I don't know if you realize, but I've stuck my foot in so much shit so far. We went to the Feywild. I don't remember that, but we went to the Feywild, apparently for Brandor.
I remember.
Shut the fuck up. I am not letting you take this battle alone. We are helping you.
I'm not giving you much of a choice, am I?
Well, I'm not going to give you one either. I'm grappling him.
Oh gosh! Do you have the grappler feat? Is that why you're doing this?
I do not have the grappler feat, but I'm grappling you anyways.
So that is. What was that?
Okay, so I'm in the super chat. Yeah, I do. I can tell that he's. I'm sorry. There's stuff being spoken.
Latency.
I'm not sure if I'm being heard.
You weren't a moment ago, but I thought I heard your voice.
Yeah, I tried a few times to ask, is Brand Is Brandor part of this conversation? I've lost track of who's where after the party split.
No,
you
it
were
was
with
Aaron and Doomerin that chased me.
The cart is being loaded up and starting to move down the street. So to clarify, right now we have Doomerin and Eredrin have cornered Alec, and Alec has pulled them into the alleyway to try and keep their business off the street.
Just
as the cartload
you
of the
have cornered a changeling monk. That is not an easy feat.
It's not an easy feat.
I tracked you down once. I can do it again.
They do it again.
You did do it again. So the rest of you on the cart, rolling down the road, you actually see the gentlemen three in their armors with the fists, walking through and holding the leather part of get up that was abandoned down the road, and looking by, you hear them muttering to each other. Oh, we have another fresh thing. We should tell the orc. Be able to help. And the three of them head back into the Blushing Tankard as y'all are rolling down the street. Rolling by.
We're gonna head
to the alleyway.
Eastern Gate.
All right. So there are in fact two gates. One on the lower hup, if you will. The northern gate, for which y'all had a big fight outside of, or the southern gate, for which y'all entered the town the first time.
Probably gonna be the southern gate, honestly.
That is not a gate.
What is it?
That is. Well, that's not a public gate. That is a gate to the ironworks down there.
Okay.
That's not for you. No, not for you. But yes, the two of you out in the alleyway. Go ahead and if you're trying to grab your slippery monk friend, that is going to be athletics versus acrobatics.
Right.
You bastard! I had a nat 20, and then it rolled over to the 2.
Yeah, that'll happen. But unfortunately, that's back-to-back nat 20s for Knock.
That is. I can't be spending all this luck so soon.
Hey, luck ain't gonna help my roll.
Yeah. You reach out to grab, and he's. There's a reason that he punches things very fast. It's because he's very fast.
Yeah. Basically, I kind of see it like a. Aladdin street rat situation of like, ha! It's like popping up, like just gotta be faster than that.
You basically quarterstaff his hand like a karate teacher. He reaches for you, just pop.
I mean. I guess seeing this, maybe Slayer will just try to sort of grab both of them by back of shirts, be like, all right, well, let's go get into a fort right here. Let's get back with the rest of the group and talk about this more.
All right, athletics from you for each of them, and then call which one and roll it.
All right.
And then athletics and acrobatics for the two of you.
And
no.
I wouldn't say he's mad, but
probably not. It could be an aggressive maneuver if you want to burn a rage to kind of be like, we should take this back to the rest of the group.
Yeah, an aggressive firm hand. Yeah,
aggressive firm hand. Yes, you may give yourself advantage on each one. Which one is first?
We'll do
like Alec.
Yeah, both of them are DC 13, so it makes it easy. One grabbed, second, very grabbed. Oh, you just grab both of them.
13, I just now realized.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
You just put a hand on nape of armor and jacket on Eredrin, and the cloak and clothing of Nock, and just lift the both of them.
And I'm like, let me down.
Kind of like you have the strength and carrying capacity of a horse. You just lift the both of them and start very politely walking towards the main drag.
It's sort of like up in immediate football pose. And
as soon as my feet leave the ground, I'm going to teleport to my echo and let my echo deal with that.
Oh, there you go.
All right.
You slippery.
All of a sudden, Eredrin becomes a little bit lighter, only a little bit, and
I'll notice immediately.
Yeah, you don't notice immediately. It's you, and y'all keep walking. Eredrin walking behind, and y'all see the cart beginning to cross the main drag. Just
Is
out.
there any kind of tell whenever somebody switches to their echo?
Yeah.
Like if I'm seeing you, I can tell like you just switch places with your echo essentially.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we look slightly different.
He goes from full. Yeah, he goes from full color version to like 60% grayscale.
Okay, cool.
And
So I watched that happen.
flavor-wise, for Eredrin, when I do teleport, it's kind of like a hand slips over, grabs me by the neck, and I fall back. And then the echo's in the place, and I'm standing where my echo was. Kind of like the witch from the Justice League movie.
Nice.
Fair enough. Whenever I see you straight up ghost away, I'm just gonna go, you son of a bitch.
Don't get too testy now. And with that, I'm gonna pull out my hempen rope, and I'm going to attempt to start at least tying to Alec's waist so I can have some connection to Alec.
I wouldn't recommend it because
You give me a
tying
leash?
somebody up and then walking them through the city is going to be super suspicious.
Oh, we're in the alley for a little bit.
Not
Yeah, I'm tying him in the alley.
No,
Let's restate that. 2 men coming out of an alley while carrying 2 people. 1 person carrying 2 people, and then one of them is tied. That's
Indeed.
Someone who looks oddly familiar.
That would attract a certain amount of attention. Are you sure you want to attract that sort of attention?
Yeah, no, I don't think Slayer would really permit the tying of that. He's like, no need for that. I've got a firm grip on him.
Okay, there you go.
I'm not going to make any noise because I'm not going to draw any more attention than is absolutely necessary to us, but I am, however, trying to finagle.
You try and get out of it.
I'm trying. I'm like making attempts to like try and slip his grasp. It's definitely difficult, I'd imagine.
Yeah, we'll summarize it one more before before y'all breach the alleyway and begin to catch up to the cart.
Is that in acrobatics, or would that be?
It'll be acrobatics for you, contesting his athletics to hold on to you.
Can I give the help action to Marin?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Basically, the both of you trying to contest it, and both of you are proficient, if I remember correctly. So, yes, you may.
I'm actually not proficient in athletics, but anywho.
Okay. What's your athletics score then?
It's +3.
Yeah.
+3. Okay. Do Marin roll, and it's going to be a +3.
Okay.
So +3.
It does make it a 20.
Have you used your Phalo, Doom?
I wasn't there for that.
Oh, you weren't.
It wasn't.
It
wasn't.
But how long did you perchance wait to do this? Was it per se in the last 6 seconds?
The last 12 seconds. I'll say that he's smart enough to have waited a few seconds before trying to finagle away.
All right.
If you want to use another one, you can, but
It's early in the day. I mean,
it's early in the day. It's true.
there's a lot that could happen.
Yesterday was a very long day.
It was.
It's always a long day with us.
True.
I'm also going to dispel and recast my echo so that I'm no longer being carried echo-wise either. So I have both of me there.
No, I don't think he would.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay, easy enough.
Okay, question.
Very easily, Knock does a barrel roll and kind of slithers himself out. Do you try to get away with that, or do you stick with the two that are trying to?
I'm gonna dip back a little bit and hang back to get out of like reach of both of them for a second. I'm gonna like say whoa, like and just go, hold on. If we go out there in the middle of the freaking street, we're gonna catch a lot of unwanted attention. That's the last thing I need right now.
So will you walk with us willingly?
I don't want any more on my hands.
It won't be on your hands. I'm doing this voluntarily.
I mean, if you don't want to hurt anyone, I can do all the hurting. We've established I rather enjoy it.
And so I'm like, he just kind of like takes a moment. And he's like, I want to walk with you. I have no problem with that. But I don't want to endanger anybody. Not anymore.
Did you see the trip we took here to help my brother? If anything, I owe you in this, and I don't care if it's dangerous. I intend fully to help you.
Yeah, I mean, I do enjoy interesting days, and there's been a few of those with you lot.
I kind of look at both of them and I just go like, we'll talk about this, and then I'll walk out into the street calmly, and start heading back towards the way from where we were, where the cart was.
The cart passing in front of you, heading toward the winch lifts.
If it's gonna pass right in front of me, I'm just gonna straight up grab onto the side and hop in, like while it's moving.
But, it already passed by, so I mean it's not but a thing for any of the three of you.
It's already gone. Okay.
Yeah, it passed by, kind of giving that sign of like, oh, there are our friends. Let's go.
Didn't you also mention there was those folks, or they went into the bush?
They went the other way and had already passed by, seeking things while y'all were talking, completely oblivious to the other things. But yes, as the cart approaches the winch lifts, waiting for the next one to come back up, the three that you lost, or the one that you lost and the two that you sent to find him, begin to approach from the back of the cart.
For the record, I'm not getting on until Alec is all the way on the cart. I'm making sure he is on the cart and secured before I get on.
You have trust issues.
I do.
Luca just turns to look back towards them and just kind of rests his chin in his palm and looks at Alec.
And I'm just going to nod, give the classic Western tip of the hat to Luca for that. Just there you go.
When Luca looks at me, I'll just kind of go, is my handwriting bad, or do you just suck at reading?
I think you learned that, much like yourself, we do as we like, not as we're told.
Kira's gonna stick their tongue out at Alec.
Whoever's chasing
I'm
you,
gonna flash the dagger that I caught earlier and go, careful.
And
Kira
as
then
I see
blows
that
a
happen, I draw my dagger and I look Alec in the eye and I'm going to say, "You don't touch my sibling."
whatever's chasing you, friend.
I feel like I want to clarify. I feel like that would Ergen have known that I was just kidding around, or was that an actual legit threat?
I did not read it as you kidding around, if I'm fully honest.
Oh, okay, cool.
Whatever's
Anyway,
after you,
what was that,
friend.
Luca?
Whatever's after you, friend. I might refer you to the very last sentence that you wrote. Stay together. You're stronger that way.
Yeah, exactly. You are stronger that way.
And what makes you think you're not?
No one gets in my way and no one gets hurt.
Sounds like a lonely way to find a ditch to die in.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, well, you already made a mistake by, I don't know, letting a few people give a damn about you.
What was that, Akira?
Kira's going to scoot to where they're sitting next to you, and they're going to speak aloud. Well, you have to come back to Fisher's to get your thing, so you're stuck with me.
Out loud?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. With that, I'll just go, oh, guess I shouldn't cut your tongue off. I don't get to hear your voice very much.
Kira's gonna smile and scoot back where they were sitting originally.
Ergen's hand, when he hears the "cut your tongue off," instinctively goes to some blade on his body for just a second, then he calms down.
I go over, I'm like, you need to chill out for a second.
Akira's gonna say in Alec's head, he's mostly bark, except when it's not.
Yeah.
Rude.
You don't hear it. You don't hear it anyway. You don't hear it.
Moi? Yeah, Eredrin's over here like, moi? No. Yeah, so I with kind of like, if you're looking at his face, you'll see a slight smirk come up on Alec's face for just a glimmering second, and then quickly goes back to stoic, and then he just says, I'll go with you guys out of town, but past that point, it's for everyone's best interest we split ways.
Well, I harshly disagree with that.
I understand you do.
But Brandor is going to speak up at this point and say that if you felt that this wasn't a group that was worth sticking around for, you wouldn't have gone into the Feywild for someone you barely knew. You're being extremely hypocritical saying that your time and your needs aren't nearly as important as mine were. You're the only one sitting here who feels like your needs don't need to be met.
He'll look back at you, and he takes a solid minute. Like that one hit. He'll look back and he go, I don't mean to be hypocritical. I just say that you were somebody who were in need of desperate help, and I was able to.
You are someone in need, and all of us are able and willing to give it. Why are you saying no?
Because I don't want any of your blood on my hands. I don't want any of your blood being spilt, regardless, let alone on my hands.
Brandor's going to take a knife from his belt and cut his palm.
Oh!
Oh shit.
Damn, it just,
Okay.
it got serious in here.
Take damage for that, but he's going to hold it out and let it drip.
So it's like a,
I forgot
it's like
who
a
you're dealing
full-on,
with. This is
a
Brandor.
hangover moment. It was like a full-on hangover moment with like the.
Yeah.
So let's make this pact. No, that was not to draw away from that, but no, that was that's intense.
5 points of damage, by the way. Minimal blade damage.
I will when I see you do that and it's letting drip for a second, I take a little bit of my my robe and I will rip a small strip real quick, and then I'll just place it over your hand and tie it as tight, and I go, I was careless, and I don't want anyone being careless on my account.
Go
He
ahead.
he allows the bandage, but he holds it out so that, like, you know, this is visual aids here, and he says, I don't have anything in the way of, you know, resources, but I have what's the word Chelsea's looking for? Anyway, I have what I have I'm willing to give, because this is the kind of friendship that doesn't come around all the time.
And you are a good friend. I knew you for all of 20 seconds before you were saving my life. You spent the last 2 months helping me save my brother's life. I'll be damned if I don't repay that debt.
All right, so we're getting real squishy here. So we're gonna go and solve this problem, yeah?
Brandor's me like, all right, it's feeling a little awkward.
Too many emotions. Wash the emotions off.
I look over and like Doomeran's just like openly sobbing, like, it's so beautiful.
He will sort of chime in once everyone sort of says that. Though he'll say, you know, there's no room for caution, really. If you want to really live this life to its absolute fullest, you can't worry about what might happen to other people due to their own choices. You can only worry about your own. And if we choose to have our blood spilled in your name, that's our choice that we have to live with. And sometimes it's sort of like he's read these things before, is what it's coming off of as, you know.
The wise words of Jimothy.
Yeah, right. And he's like, like Jimothy once said, life is like the seasons, you know, it's in constant change. And maybe it's a time in your life to change from your solitary lifestyle and change into this sort of group mentality thing.
Wow. There's like Nock has a little, like, you know, Alec has like a bit of a look on his face of just like one of those. Did that just, like, I mean, he hasn't like really ever like shown himself to be dumb, but he's never been that deep before. Like, because like I wouldn't call Slayer dumb by any means. He never like has gotten that level.
Sort of maybe see him tucking a piece of parchment back into a pocket.
Nice.
Luca pens that line down, keeping track of the wise words of Jimothy in a little book.
And also let it be said for the roleplay that when Brandor slashed their palm, Akira's hand found Luca's, like Akira like kind of like was like, what the hell, and touched Luca's hand when they see him Brandor do that.
Yeah. And I, in this moment, after everybody's saying all this stuff, like we're up in a moving cart, you know, and like
Slayer's.
I imagine
it, though.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're not on the cart, are you?
No. I'm probably like I said, walking behind.
Just walking next to it, yeah. And I like the entire time, Adkis is like just driving and like probably sobbing because like how beautiful it is.
Yes.
But like, just...
He's the one crying. I'm okay.
Adkis is like up there. I can't see the road. But with all that moment, like you see a very, like quite honestly, a confused look on Alec's face. It's kind of like if you're really examining his face, it'll be confounded, and perplexed almost, and just kind of like that'll fade away for a second, and then just go.
Well then, I guess for now to Grimgleer.
For now.
No. I'm not making any promises that I will not, at some point, try this again. Because quite frankly, even though you are very generous in your time and you're willing to make sacrifice, if it comes down to it and I see an opportunity for you to get away scot-free and for me to take the brunt, I'm taking that 100% of the time.
Alec.
Well, you can try, but you're not going to convince them just to take that chance.
Do you think that none of us have risks associated with our lives? After everything that you've seen here, with these two gestures specifically to Akira and Eredren, do you think that anyone here doesn't understand what it means to have to live with ghosts and dangers that might be around the corners?
I understand that people have their own risks in their own lives and everything like that. I just don't want to add to them. You have your own.
Brandon pulls up his bleeding palm again. More visual aids, and he says,
Gross.
It's blood, dude. It's just blood. It'll heal.
I can do that if you want me to.
I take my jacket off and I say, like showing the 10 tattoos of names on this arm and the 7 on this arm, I'm going to say, I have plenty of room on these arms. Shit hits the fan, it hits the fan. But I'm going to be here for you.
I'd prefer you stay because, and this is something I don't know how often you'll hear in your life, but I trust you.
It's
and I hope...
like dead on. As soon as you say "I trust you," he kind of like locks eyes with you, and he's caught off guard by that. Anyway, continue.
And I hope that that's something that I can earn from you too.
Akira's gonna lean forward, look you right in your face. Plus, I'm still faster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've caught you twice now. I'm just gonna say that.
You're not that fast. Prove me wrong.
I get.
Why, bitch?
I'll get the zoomies right now. I will outrun this cart.
I can probably pull this car.
Luca's going to reach out his hand to Alec and just, sir, right along with us. Come on.
Offering his hand in the form of like a handshake or what?
To pull him up onto the cart.
We've been on the cart the whole time.
They were walking. He did. As far as I knew, he hadn't climbed up onto the cart.
Oh yeah, no, the only one that's still walking is
Damarin.
Yeah.
Then you know what? Then for a handshake, absolutely. Just well done. At least to Grimgleir, and I hope that you quickly realize that whatever you're running from, whatever all of us are running from, you've got a lot better chance of surviving it together. And I can't think of anyone that I would rather have watching my back.
He will grab your hand for a handshake, and then he'll say, "All right, to Grimgleir. However, we need to get out of town as quickly and as calmly as possible.
All right then.
We don't want to be anywhere that the sons are out and about. With that, he's like, I'll go more detail when we get on the road.
All right.
As the lift arrives and the cart pulls onto it, several other people leaving the lift, others getting on. As the guard wall pulled up, you see for a moment down the road, Alec, naturally tensing up from the sight of the three that you saw earlier. Not seeing you for you, obviously. You see a fourth person behind them. Shoulders wide enough to be one arm behind one of the henchmen, one arm off to the behind the other, completely shadowing Mr. Forsyth. You see a large green man smiling, where the other three are in some form of seriousness. The cart swings away and starts dropping lower.
When you say smiling, was he seeing me?
No, not you for you. He's smiling normally.
Okay.
Very
okay.
jovial.
Yeah.
And in a way that you recognize, because as the cart dips away, you see one Sparkalius Stonefist holding the armor, being talked to. You can't hear it. It's a far enough distance.
Yeah.
He's being talked to, being handed the armor, and he's holding it up, and kind of looks like he's thinking on it, and the cart drops below.
Yeah.
Below the rock
but
line.
I do clock who it is specifically.
Yes, you clock who it is very specifically.
Okay. Huh. That's
he's not wearing
on that.
Not wearing anything that denotes any affiliation.
Okay. Okay.
But he is with them.
Okay. Well, that's that. That's
I did want to know. I did call my familiar back before I got too far away from my familiar.
Familiar, keeping with you was keeping to the air above you, keeping an eye out, and calling him back. He dives down and wraps around, going from kind of a sky blue silver to a much more solid silver as he wraps around.
Yep. Yeah. Sorry for the button. I just don't want to lose him.
Oh, not at all.
Yeah.
But like not wanting to talk too publicly about who these people are. There's that bit of trepidation to talk all the way through the town, riding past the prayer foundry, down past the fire mark, out to the assembly yard. Things being made, maintained, some being tested out in the part a little further out this way, looking a bit like it does on the northern side of town, pockmarks and things, the ground, and you begin to back out of town to the macro.
So, are we getting on the road now? I was just asking, are we officially on the road now?
On the road again.
Yes, on the road again.
Okay. I will just say that when we're on the road, when we're actually, I feel like we're free and clear. that I'm gonna like just kind of like address the entire everyone and say, so those men that were in the tavern this morning, they had leathers on, and they had the emblem of the Sons of Boxel. Now, if you're familiar with the Sons or not, basically they're a faction that worships the god Boxel, and Boxel is essentially a god that values power, not benevolent, not evil either, just power. So at any point that they're able to gain and conquer and conquest, that's their game. And so again, not inherently evil, not inherently good. And honestly, the faction itself is not exactly a problem. However, that particular garrison, under the ruling of Forsyth, is they're not exactly good people, and they use their power quite liberally instead of generously. And essentially, these particular people, I, in lack of better terms, ran a con on them, and I tricked them out of Jeremy, what was the sum of gold? I can't remember.
Gold wise, it was 15,000.
15,000. Okay. I said I conned them essentially out of a hefty sum, about 15,000 gold pieces. And as a result, they were none too pleased, if you might imagine. Well, Forsyth there went and told Daddy Boy, and Daddy's little boy went and told Daddy on me, essentially, and somehow, beyond knowledge of me, beyond how, I have no idea how it happened, but they caught my identity as to who it was that actually did it. And I mean, and I kind of like give a knowing glance over to like, without tipping everybody off, knowing glance over to Luca and to Eredrin. It's like they know my true self in all of its in all way. Basically, I'm trying to make it as vague with but veil that message, saying they know me for me, as it were. And I had to run. And they have a lot of people with a lot of power who are on my tail at all times, essentially. So when I spotted them, my only option was to cut and run. And unfortunately for me, that meant you as well, to cut. I didn't want them to know I was associated with you in any form, because if I did, they would use that.
Kira is going to turn their head a little sideways after you said the name Forsyth, for letting you finish your story.
Mm-hmm.
That's Rendena's dad.
That a fact?
Yeah.
Well, sorry to put a damper on your first relationship, but your girlfriend's father's trying to kill me. So.
Akira does not know how to process that particular situation.
I mean, to be fair.
Yeah, you just kind of see their face kind of just goes blank, and they
That's heavy.
a lot of that shyness, that initial shyness and stuff kind of comes back. They sink into the side of the cart, like they're trying to, almost like if they're trying to hide in the shadow, because they just don't know. They don't know what to do.
Eredrin knowingly, at this point, takes his hat off and offers it to Akira, and having the familiar kind of coil up my arm and resting on my shoulders.
Yeah, Akira takes the hat and puts it on and just kind of like sits, arms folded against the back of the wagon. That's a complicated situation that they don't know. They don't know how to feel about that.
Kenzie in chat. That's a yikes, TM. Like a full-on trademark on that.
Almost as bad as dating someone than dating their dad. Can't say I've done that.
Wait, hold on, Kenzie's in chat. Hi, Kenzie.
Hi, Kenzie.
Kenzie.
He's always.
I actually got. I stayed out of the chat for a while. I got back in and I saw Kenzie had like said a bunch of stuff, and I'm like, oh no, she was making comments about the Five Guys thing that we talked about way back. So,
Yeah.
Dude.
So yeah, but basically while we're on the road, that's what I explained. Is I just kind of give the rundown of who the Sons are, and the Sons aren't necessarily, like I said, not necessarily good or evil. They're just people that look for power and can be used for good and can be used for bad. But this particular garrison does not take too kindly to my face.
Leaning over to Adkis, I'm going to say, hey, by the way, when we get to the woods, can we go around this time instead of through? I don't know what happened, but can we just go around?
No, I don't particularly love those woods either.
Sorry about that.
Your friend there made sure to be big and scary and take me to some small and even scarier ladies. Yeah, I'd love to not. Yeah, mm-hmm.
Love to sorry.
Yeah.
We'll take the slow way around.
Slayer will also give Alec back his haversack.
Oh yeah, I mean it is technically the groups. I've just been the one carrying it, but yeah, it looks silly on you, tiny.
That and like he grabbed it from your room, so I mean, as far as he knows, it's your haversack, I think.
True.
So.
Yeah, you weren't there whenever we jacked it from this dude actually. So.
Stole it from Adkis.
Yeah, you show that one off, and Adkis takes note, doesn't say anything.
I will. If do I notice Atticus seeing it?
Yeah, no, he's not subtle.
Yeah, I will. Once I notice that, I'll grabbing the haversack. I'll look over and see him seeing it, and then I'll just kind of do like the whole like, just jut forward, like a what? Trying to put one over me, I'll steal your stuff.
Wholesome.
No, me and Atticus are not exactly on the best terms. Like I'm still not over that little dude. So...
That's all right. Neither is he.
Just
with everything it's time.
Once Nock like lunges at them a little bit, I am going to summon my Echo to sit beside Adkis and just kind of like put a hand around him, like, "How are you, bud?"
He doesn't really respond. Just more of that, like looking at you, like you, like what? And he's like, what? He just kind of keeps hands on the reins. Let's see here. Make sure that this is big enough to matter, small enough to not be a nuisance. There we go. All right. Yes.
Slayer is also like keeping track of obviously the route that they're taking, but also making like seeing that like, you know, multiple people in the party seem to be pursued by different factions. He is going to actively be looking for people following the party.
All right. Well then, go ahead and.
He is the hunter, not the hunted.
That is often true. Right. So, and though not always. So, as the group is driving, go ahead and make a perception check.
The eyes of a wolf are on his back for a reason, man.
It's true.
It's to ward off evil spirits.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so with a 19, at least as y'all are heading down mountain, down the foothills, down the lower path, you are able to head out of Hupperduke without tail as far as you can see, which is not a short distance. Moving a fair clip, and this road, the gravelway path being very well worn. As far as it goes, the road kind of splits. The rest of it going south. The other part of it heading also into the Crisp Vale. This one around Crisp Vale. As a little bit less worn, but it looks like it's perhaps getting worn in as more and more people avoid Crisp Vale Thicket for, weird reasons. Weird shit's been happening in that forest recently.
Burn the forest, honestly. Just
it's the only way to be sure.
It's kind of like when you get a really big spider in your house, you just dump gasoline in the whole house and you strike a match and you walk away, you assume a new identity, and you just... Yeah.
Enough, yeah.
But
like a reasonable person would.
I've considered it before.
Saying, like any reasonable person would.
Actually, to be honest, whenever there's a spider in the house, I'm the person saying, "No, get a paper towel, get a cup, put it outside, don't kill it. Like, it's good for bugs."
No, it can burn. It can burn in hell.
It's fair. Both of you are entitled to your opinions. One of you is right, and one of you burns houses.
No,
so
I leave spiders.
To be fair, I'm the guy who would gladly sacrifice bees. So.
Yeah, I don't know why you're calling me out. This man.
Exactly.
Anyway.
But as y'all do your routine ride off to the side of the road after a long day, you get to settle in for this. Go ahead as we
How many of us are there again?
Quite a number.
There's 9. Wait. 7. Wait. No, 6.
There's 9 if you count Adkins.
Don't worry. If you go into the D&D Beyond campaign, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of you.
Well, we have
including Blackbird. Including Blackbird.
Oh, including Blackbird?
Yes, because 2 people in this chat right now are not part of the party. Not 1.
Yeah.
Exactly. So.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
So. Eyeballs. So, as y'all settle in for the night, I'll go ahead and have. Let's start with Chelsea. Chelsea, can you roll a d20 for me? Funsies. Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot I was still muted. I can, but it'll be on D&D Beyond. I apologize.
Oh, easy enough.
Apologize.
I have the game log.
A D4, you said?
Show. No, D20. D20.
Oh, I'm sorry. That'll be a big old 12, sir.
Big old 12. That's fine. That results in a very, very easy, restful night for the lot of you. All of you get another long rest.
Nice.
Especially those of you with the disadvantage on so many things.
So many
now
things.
now only ability checks and still have speed, but your disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws fucking gone.
A little more fun to me.
Yeah, if only that could work for real life, right? I'm just saying.
Seriously.
So,
Yeah,
all right.
Play D&D, get to live out my wildest fantasies, like having a long rest.
Yeah.
I play D&D for the naps.
Indeed. All right.
Honestly, for this campaign, yeah.
Indeed. To
Going around
get down.
the Chris
I'm
Vale
going
thicket.
around the Chris Vale thicket because it is in fact a little bit dangerous. And y'all have
Because
seen
that can take a little dose of F that.
it took a lot of your time to get lost in the Fae.
Well, yeah.
So, heading back. Stop! Not that last one. We go.
Yeah, take that outside route. Avoid that Fae.
Avoid that Fae.
Avoid that Fae.
Trust me,
Well,
I
them
asked
their
that question
face.
for a reason.
Oh yeah, and to the two people who know the true identity of Nock, now do you understand why I don't trust the Fae? I am one.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Indeed. Yes. So
I know what these things are like.
As you are going along this second day, let's go ahead and have we'll just kind of running through the party. Luca, can you just rock perception really quick?
Potato.
That perception, baby.
I'm not a
paying.
good one at this, but I'm gonna try.
True. And Akira, can you just throw a d20 for me?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Their stealth was actually very bad today. It was very good yesterday, but it was very bad today. And so you, Luca, notice a very small creature, or very far away, maybe a little, maybe Porque no los dos, as you notice as the group gets underway, jumping out of a tree. It looks like a dragon, and its wings open up and it starts flying, and realize that it is way closer than it looks, because if it's a dragon, it should be that small. It should be huge and far away. As it gets closer but overhead, and looks like it's just kind of slowly keeping pace with the rest of the group.
Does it look like Andvari or
What? Oh no.
The creature that we met.
No. It does not. This one is much more. Pardon me. I dropped the Twitch stream, or the TikTok stream. But
I dropped the internet.
Dropped the internet, and the internet.
How do you drop the internet?
Drop the internet like I dropped the bass. Wub 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 wub. No.
IT crowd, baby.
Indeed.
Don't give her the internet; she'll drop it.
Lordy. But you notice that they're not silver or rainbow colored, kind of a pale yellow, almost like a I know I need to take my medicine. Shush now. This kind of pale, almost moonlight yellow, and they get kind of high overhead, and they speed up to catch up and get high up there. They are you're keeping pace with your group, and looking down every few seconds almost to just kind of like look and correct course and look and correct course, just kindly riding the wind, following maybe 90 to 100 feet above. Quiet comparative, it's quiet, you know, compared to the clanking of the cart, but they were way less subtle following behind today.
Does anyone know what that is?
Do I know what that is?
Do I know what that is?
No, it would be. Anyone can possibly know this. So, anyone who wants to make we'll call it a nature check for this one.
I am proficient in such things.
I
am not.
I might like to just assist Demarin.
Damn thing about nature.
I'm only half proficient. Am I able to at least give a +1?
Yeah, you're able to give your +1.
Okay.
Does it look similar to my snake?
10. Okay. With a 10, it looks like as far as size goes, it's similar to your snake, but it is a little bit bigger. It actually has hands, feet.
Looks tasty.
Priorities.
Akira didn't look. But I'll just say that right now. Akira's still sulking on the side.
This hurts.
Well, so still sulking on the side. In that case, I would say that Alec at some point would have reached out and say like, just kind of like trying not to draw too much attention to it, but like, hey, Kira, you okay? Is this you kind of still festering about the whole foresight thing?
Akira actually has to move Eredrin's big ass hat back a little bit to make decent eye contact.
Big ass hat.
They kind of like hang Eredrin's hat on, and like they kind of tilt it on one of their horns, and they look at Nock, and the sentence starts in your mind, but then they stop and go, it's very complicated. You're my friend, and I made a new friend, and their father wants to kill you.
And I'll just kind of, like, very, very gently, just kind of go like, well, listen, Akira, you can't help what you feel. If you like this person and you want to continue to be friends with them and maybe possibly even more, you can't let people's past and people's connections stop you from doing what you want to do. We are not our families, and we are not our past. We are our present and what we choose to be.
Akira nods in agreement, but also says it's kind of tough to say, hey, I'm your friend, but your dad attacked my friend, so I'm going to stab him in the neck. It's not easy.
You got me there. So he just go, just sit on it for a bit, and if you want to talk about it, let me know. And I'll kind of leave Akira alone at that point.
Back to the question at hand. The fuck is that thing?
Yeah, the fuck is that?
Did Justice come back yet? Where was your bio break, bro?
Oh, cool. We were doing the RP, and I thought we were taken away from it. It turns out we were just covering.
Then again, I'll help push it a little bit. Doomarin does have that moment. It's a scissor dragon. Just kind of like matter-of-factly just kind of shrugs and...
Well, back that up. What is that then?
Oh, it's kind of like a dragon. Not really a dragon.
Okay, so I guess my better question is...
It's only... It's big.
Okay, so I guess my better question is, what reason would it have to follow us?
I don't know. Weird. Kind of like dragons, except not angry.
At this point, I turn to Luke, I'm going to say, surely there can't be a good reason to be followed by this thing.
I could imagine a lot of bad reasons to be followed by anything.
As can I.
Especially considering our history with this particular...
Should we shoot it out the sky, maybe?
Morin, how smart is a pseudo-dragon?
Sorry, back. Look at a pile. I'm only gonna pilot you if you're not here. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Hello? Smart enough to like shiny things.
So they're like puppies.
Kinda.
They're smart, like they can talk, right? But they like shiny things. But we don't know if they can talk, right? Luca is going to look up towards the pseudo dragon and whistle.
And
that's a choice.
As you whistle, you feel a feeling wash over you, and actually all of you feel it. It is a feeling of curiosity, and you can tell where it's coming from. It's not words as much as emotion being directed to you. Not you know that it's coming from outside of you. It's coming from right above.
And what's the feeling again?
It's curiosity. And as the whistle whistles, the pseudo dragon kind of pulls back their wings to drop about 10-15 feet in their flight.
Okay. I mean, Akira's gonna be staring at it, but from however much of it they can see from their position in the cart, but that's about it.
I'm going to, knowing that I like shiny things, I'm going to pull out not a silver bar, but like a little silver coin and just kind of hold it up kind of towards the pseudo dragon.
A persuasion check with advantage, please.
Some
Dragons. So predictable.
Not good at persuasion, but we're going to see what we can do. Oh, that didn't roll at advantage, so I'm just going to roll twice. That'd be a dirty 20.
That's a dirty. That 20 dirty. So as you hold up the silver piece, their wings pull in completely, and they go into a dive, swiping by and going for the silver coin. Do you leave it out easy to grab, or try and pull it in?
I don't want to scare it, but at the same time, I want to keep it closer to us. I don't know what to do.
Kind of get expensive.
Do you try and pull it away, or do you let him catch it?
I'm going to let him catch it, but as it's flying back away, I'm going to send my familiar to fly with him for as long as I can still stay in communication with my familiar.
It's that. Well, that's easy enough because he snatches it out of your hand, and then like lands right next to Adkis on the.
Oh damn!
On the front of the cart. The dragon itself is only maybe like from neck to butt, maybe a foot and a half long. The tail goes out about another foot and kind of ends in a little barbed spine. And then its wings are pristine, leathery, nice. And Akira, for you, please make a. This is gonna sound strange, but make a religion check.
Religion check. Oh, something they are not good at. Let's see what the dice say. Oh, that's not good. That's an 8.
Oh.
Okay, you're not sure what the symbology is, but you do have enough wherewithal to recognize that the crescent moons that are on their wings look very similar to a crescent moon you saw day previous.
Crescent moon. Oh crap. Oh, I remember you mentioned that too. Oh my god, where'd I see that?
But as you ponder that, and you're having that's as much as I'm giving you with that roll. But
yes,
you can remember things from the day previous. I'm not going to try and limit that. But, their wings kind of open up wide for a second, and then just kind of come to rest and pull in, and they hold on to the silver coin and bite it, and you all feel the broadcast feeling of gratitude.
So this creature is, but what we can kind of glean off is that this creature is very empathic, essentially.
It is communicating telepathically via emotion, generally.
Yeah.
What means? Jesus Christ.
Well, with that feeling of gratitude, I kind of we'll look at it and just go kind of talk to the group and say, any idea what this thing wants?
It looks like silver right now.
Oh, yeah, but I mean,
you say that and you hear it kind of. And it nods.
I just say well, I mean, it didn't seem to attack us at all, and it also didn't seem to really try and make itself known either. So I'm just kind of curious as to why it's here.
Yeah, but why would it be tailing us if it? I mean, it very well could be attached to someone who wants to tail us.
That's what I thought too. It could be.
Oh, it is attached to someone who wants to tail us.
Oh.
Who's tailing?
You feel. You feel the you feel like a pleasant like a nice a happy oh, you figured it out.
Gotcha. So what I'm gonna do real quick is I'll go up to it and go, and just kind of as I walk up to we're on the cart, right? It can't, has it stopped in front of the cart? I lost track of that.
It's basically the size of a medium to small size house cat, and it landed on the cart in motion.
Oh, I didn't realize it was that. I'm sorry, that was my fault.
No, it is a wee. It is a wee lad.
Yeah.
Like
so
I said,
I'll
only
go up
about
to
like
it.
a foot and a half from head to butt, and then the tail goes out about another foot and a half. Has a little barbed spine on the end.
Okay. Well, I walk up to it and kind of get close to it and say, like, is there any way you could communicate with me? Who sent you?
It kind of slithers over, puts the silver piece in its mouth, and crawls over, and gets really close to Akira's leg, and tugs on their black pant. Tugs.
Akira is going to mentally reach out to the dragon and just say yes.
And then kind of scrambles up on the side of the seat where you are, and then tugs on your silk, and like tugs a little bit, and then like runs its claw along it, not in a like sharpening their claws sort of way, but like hitting it.
Akira will now speak aloud to it. Do you like my dress? A tailor. Tilly, not Tilly, what's her name? Vex. Is that right? Yeah.
Did you leave without paying the tailor?
No, I paid. How? Vex sent you, little one?
I paid. No.
No. It was. Did they forget to pay? It was no. I paid. Yes. Did Vex send you? Mm-hmm.
And what? How can I help?
Again, kind of a general broadcast of the image of their perspective flying above you the day before, and a little bit today, just like a brief flash, and then there's they kind of look down and kind of look up and point to their eyes, and then towards you, then kind of around the circle, the group of you, just kind of one by one, just like eyes, you.
Direct eye contact.
Could I make an insight check for my inability to pick it up as a player?
Yes.
Okay.
Or they're letting us know that we're being watched.
Either that or they're the ones watching us. Oh my god.
Yeah, they are.
More reason.
They are displaying to you that that she is wanting to watch you. All of you.
That tailor was some sort of powerful fae, and you entered some kind of unspoken contract. That's what happened.
Do you say that? Do you say that out loud?
No, I was clearly unaccented.
That's fair. That's fair.
That is fair. That's fair.
That's why I asked rather than assume.
No, don't say that out loud.
Akira will say, okay, I suppose this is fine.
Why? Can you convey to us why she wants to watch us?
Yeah, do you know why she wants to watch us?
Like their head kind of tilts. They're almost like listening, and there's it's like they're thinking very hard, then use their finger to Eridrin, I apologize. Jeremy apologizes to Ro, but uses their finger talon to carve into the wood a little bit, kind of a little bit jagged, scratchy, kind of like a second or third grader writing, but it's job ?
He has a job for us?
Tilting head back and forth, kind of like a baby.
Where would we find what she wants us to do?
And kind of keeps tilting his head back and forth, and that feeling of unsure, waiting, watching.
Maybe we're the job.
Are we the job?
Are we the job? Are you here to spy on us and she's just letting us know? No.
Is someone else spying on us and she's letting us know?
No, I don't. Maybe, but I don't know.
Are any of us in danger?
No question mark? Kind of shrug.
So she wants us to take a job.
Again, the kind of maybe head tilt.
Is there any way she could...
Well, it's kind of a watch first.
He wants to watch us, and then if we prove ourselves, she has a job for us.
It's assessing us. Right, that's a word.
Is there any way she can tell us what she's assessing us for?
Act with honor, and honor will guide you.
Is that another Gemothy one, Slayer?
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, Akira's going to defer to the group on this as far as agreeing to be watched or assessed for this job. This is above Akira's pay grade.
If it turns out to be anything nefarious, could always eat it.
We're not going to eat it.
I'm just
We're not
saying.
going to eat it. It's not even an option. It's on the table.
Well, there's an active giggle when you say that you would eat them.
Okay.
Not even. You can tell that it doesn't even perceive that as a threat.
Okay.
That's disconcerting. To put it more bluntly, if it turns out you are causing any kind of harm to anyone in this group, I will personally make sure to skin you and wear you on my hat.
I just Also,
It's like,
Lucas,
and like with the head shake, there's also like a broadcast of no trouble.
words or a feeling?
Like the simple idea of no trouble. Like I mean you no harm.
Well, when Luca said what they said about like it's not even an option on the table, Slayer would
We're not
just
gonna eat it.
Yeah, Slayer would just kind of give you a look of like try to stop me from eating something.
Try to stop me 8'10" from eating something. I will just hold it above your height, sir.
I tried stopping
I
him
know
from
Luca
grabbing
can
me.
fly, but
It didn't go well.
just like try to take food from a big man. This is what I'm saying. This is what the look says.
You and I
Do
both
not
know that
threaten-
it's not about might, Damar, and it's about willpower.
Do not threaten that man's dinner.
His eyes knowingly.
But to be clear, casting those spells on my friends is also not on the table.
Scary. That was scary.
Nock is gonna kind of speak up and just be like, well, since we know it doesn't really mean us any harm, I guess I'm fine with letting it stay. You know, just we should. I mean, as long as we keep moving, that's all I care about. We get as much distance as we can between us and the Suns. 'Cause I don't know if they're, for all I know, they're following us, and I don't want that.
Well, so, I mean, I can roll for it if I have to, but can this thing convey a false emotion of some sort, like convey an idea that is not what its actual intent is?
Is it possible? I will give you an immediate yes. You know that things can be deceptive via telepathy. Is this one? That will be an insight check.
Thank you. It's telling the truth, guys.
Yeah.
Because that's amazing.
I mean, you're not sensing anything that would be off. It's already kind of mercurial and already hard to pin down, but I mean, it seems very earnest in the way that it's conveying, and like when y'all get something right or that it acknowledges to be right, it definitely like yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nice. Is Lucas ring picking anything up? Yeah.
Oh
You
yeah.
could try.
Fair point.
I'll let one more person roll, and Luca, yeah, you can roll to see if you detect any lies.
A roll, a bowl, a ball, a penny, a pitch. Well, that's a number.
Try and get away again.
It's a number. We love that number.
It's an excellent number, the best number.
Yeah. Spoiler. Whisper to you. This thing seems very earnest, very very open and very honest. The way that it's dealing with you.
Okay. Well, I don't imagine it's the one that has anything to hide, to be honest with you.
Fair point.
I think that at least this little thing's quite genuine with us, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the intentions of the person who's commanding it are as genuine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's be on our way then, and
It may be a good
anything
demo.
nefarious, it'll come true, and we will deal with it then.
I was going to say, short of being a complete asshole, we can't really stop it from following us.
I mean,
So,
Need it.
we could, but
you might
Come on,
want to
let's-
follow
let's-
from up above, little friend, because I'll warn you that we've got awfully rotten luck traveling down this road.
Lots of mean and nasties in the area.
and he takes a second to like look down at himself, then again kind of tilting his head up and then his hand goes up and then touches its chest, and a little crescent moon suddenly like flashes silver beneath the hand, and then kind of blends into their scales again.
Now, is that a symbol that Luca is at all familiar with?
I will take one more religion check on that. So yes.
Is it something that I've seen within the last couple days that I could make it, or that I could make it? No, you know what? Religion is still going to be higher for me. I'm not really I'm only half proficient, so I've got a +1. But you know what?
Okay.
A die roll can still be a die roll, and that certainly was a die roll.
I was certainly heroes roll dice. So you are much more familiar with this symbol down in Nicodranus, because there is open and honest worship of Hanine and the Moonweaver down in Nicodranus.
Do you know anything about the followers of this particular religion?
Before that, with
sorry.
the 19, I'll give you that in a second.
Yeah.
Before that, with the 19, you are also hyper aware that you have seen in all of your travels of the Empire, and you have gone from the south to the far east, and back towards the center, and in no city have you seen any crescent moon on any temple, no shrines. You've seen a shrine out along with the roadside, just passing by, but it was small. It was off the road a little bit, almost like it was meant to be completely anonymous.
And the Empire does restrict religion, yes?
That it does. And
yeah.
And so yes, with their the following of Sahanine is extremely frowned upon in the Empire. The narrative there being only the approved religions have shown full fealty to the crown, and otherwise others are to be mistrusted and jailed and had their intentions laid bare.
Fuck.
That's extreme.
And as far as the type of people who follow this god or goddess, this deity,
followers of Sahanine are generally good. It would make sense, honestly, that you would know about them as much as anybody. They follow ideas like pursuing your passions, walking the line between burning fanatical good and dark evil stuff. Kind of walk the line between.
Do they walk because they're blind?
Indeed. And they are all about new experiences, new things.
Then say it's hedonists.
Kind of hedonistic. You would know with the 19 that they're widely celebrated in halfling and elven cultures. A kind of among other things, a deity of love, and particularly lust, and giving into that lust, and hiding people in the dark to hide them and keep them safe in their passion.
Okay, well, when Luca sees that, Luca will kind of reach out his hand to let the little pseudo dragon climb onto his hand. If it will.
You extend your arm, and there's no like recoiling fear, like more of like looking at your hand, seeing the parts of it that are a little more worn and fleshy, and then the parts of it that are shiny copper, and kind of hand around one finger, hand around your pinky, and then kind of crawls up and kind of holds on, kind of wraps its arms around, and then its wings around your arm.
Aww.
And just kind of looks up at you with its silver piece in its mouth.
Okay, Luca's response there is to absolutely lean down and just nuzzle with his nose for a second. He thinks this thing is great.
Was that so Tim, just curious, was that your last coin?
Yeah, that was my coin.
No, the dragons that the last coin have are actually maybe even smaller than a pseudo dragon.
Really?
Because if you look at my little logo that's visible,
I can see it.
Yeah, it is small enough to wrap its entire whole self around one gold coin.
Aww. Yes, that would be like a baby fresh hatchling pseudo dragon.
Tiny boy.
Yeah. That'd be a fresh hatchling.
Is anything a wyvern though? Sorry. Would it be a wyvern since it has 2 arms? Or
It actually has all 4 legs. It's just a very stylized logo. It's a traditional European style dragon. It's just curled around the coin in such a way that you can only see the upper arms grabbing it.
That's adorable. And so is the suit.
This one wraps around you, and then like you see its tail, like where the rest of it like wraps around you and is trying to nuzzle at you. The tail looks like it's almost like trying to poke towards your belt, like it's looking for something. It's doing a very bad job of like trying to like see if you have anything shining on you.
How about you leave my possessions alone?
As soon as you say that, the tail like wraps up around your wrist, and it's just like, what?
What are you talking about?
Nothing happened. We're all just sitting here hanging out.
Look, if I find shiny things along the road, I'll give them to you. Sound like a deal?
Can I?
All right.
How does my familiar feel about seeing this whole interaction with this thing? Is it?
Just looks over, just kind of its tongue like it's sniffing the air, and then just pulls back and just. Your snake is ambivalent, and you telepathically you feel so. It's just like, oh, okay.
Okay. I didn't want it to be like a jealous dog situation, like smell another dog on me kind of thing.
Oh no.
Well, then in that case, if you'd like...
It's already somebody else's familiar, if anything, at this point. So.
If you'd like, you can ride along with me, I guess.
Oh.
Looks up at you and kind of nuzzles you for a second, and then kind of releases and kind of hops and kind of perches on Akira's shoulder. It's in its wings. Kind of feels the cloth and
Well, look at that, Akira. You just keep on making friends.
Dawn, are you there?
Huh? Oh, sure.
Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn, we can't hear you if you're there. Okay, I can't hear you.
They also said less than 15 minutes ago that they would be back in like 10 to 15 minutes. So.
And
I did not see that.
last time they were on camera, they were in a moving vehicle, so.
Yeah. That would require me to actually look at all the places. So.
Right.
Well then.
You're good. Yeah, that's it's for that reason why on stream was like, hey, I gave you a DM just so you know, because I know you're gonna be busy with everything else. There's no way you're gonna see me sneak a DM in there. So like he needs to see that.
Yeah. Good job, by the way. That was awesome.
I pulled that out of my my rear end. I can tell you that right now.
Your arse.
Worries. But as they tuck in onto Akira's shoulder and kind of like lay their head across the back of Akira's neck, kind of draping in, feeling the silk. You can tell that they're very comfortable, like, snuggling into this material in particular. But the cart goes on, and
Still keeping an eye out.
we're keeping an eye out. Getting to the end of the day. Go ahead and roll your keeping an eye out. Your way.
Keeping an eye out.
Keeping an eye out. Oh yeah. Even more active. Two of them. Maybe even a third one. But keeping eyes out. You know, this pseudo dragon snuck up on you, so obviously it's possible something else could, and you plaster your eyes to the trail behind, and as the foothills kind of descend and you go, over hill and lower, nothing seems to nothing strange seems to be there. And there is nobody currently following you on this path, be it mercantile or other rider right now.
Watching the tree line as well.
Watching the tree line.
Well, you never
which you actually get past after a while. There, like you're moving along the tree line, and then there's miles of open trail between this part of the forest and the next part, and you'll get quite a ways through it before sundown, and yea and verily, it would help if I doing that. You get to another camp, which does bring us to Bearded. Could you roll us a d20 to see if the night passes?
Just a d20?
Just a d20. We're seeing if the night passes calmly or less calmly.
15.
Oh, with a 15. This evening passes by kindly, calmly, and with another long rest, which gets Brandor their full foot speed back, baby.
Hey,
Love it.
Do we no
I
longer
can
have
move, yo.
No longer have what?
Do we no longer have an exhausted Brandor?
Oh, there's only one exhaustion left on
One level
Brandor
of
now. Brings us we're in Brasinder. So yeah, Brasinder is 31 days long. So there we go. Into the 30th Brasindar.
What's the What's the year in the Saturday night game?
8:35.
Yeah, okay.
No problem. Y'all are a little bit in the past.
Yeah. No, it's cool. It's fine. I just was curious.
Yes, indeed. Or at the end of that year. But this night goes by safely, securely. No wild events. Continuing on. That will bring you most of the way. Most of them. Yes. Continuing on this day, to make it easy on the ever perceptive. Let's move to head you roll. Erdrin, go ahead and rock us a roller of a d20.
Ooh,
Just a D20.
Just a d20. We're just seeing how this day oops along.
Okay. That would be a beautiful, a lovely 16.
It would be a lovely 16, which is one higher than 15. Ooh. Then in which case, I would love for you to roll me a d6.
Ooh, a D6. I do not like that laugh. A 4.
A 4. So, excuse me. Bless me.
I see.
Thank you. So as you are passing the trees and getting back into the open road, leads to a much more worn path on the far side of it. The ground around and in front of path looks a little bit dug out, almost like something burrowed through this area and up and tore up the ground, crossed the path, went back down on the other side of it. There's 2, 3 of these paths across the dirt.
Well, that doesn't. Are we able to pull the cart over it, or is it like gouged too deep?
It looks like it's displaced. It's a little bit rocky, but like it goes out a ways. But you could go over it. It'd just be a little bit rough. You could go around it. Maybe a total of about a total of 100 foot long in their entirety. They're like not all equal. A little bit disjointed, one a little off on another one. They're not in an exact line. They're kind of a little bit off of each other. Perpendicular somewhat. They intersect. I know my terms.
I stepped away for a second. Sorry. What
Geometry.
Are we coming up upon?
Across this path, there look like 3 gouges in the ground that look like something dug through up and over or like up on the road and then back down.
Does this look familiar?
It looks like the ground was disturbed but didn't leave a hole in the same way that, say, something that you are very familiar with would leave.
Okay. I am still like.
It's like it dug through. Yeah.
Traveler. Like, is it? I mean, is it familiar in some other way? Maybe then.
I'll take a nature from you. You are the natural boy. Nature boy, if you will. If you're nasty, and you're nasty.
So
It's a nasty 17. So, judging by the curvature of the earth and the angle of the looking at it from a fair distance, because give some of those tracks a little fair distance before you move up on them. You would recognize the burrowings of a herd of bullet. And there are three that have that breached the ground, and and they are known to wander this area between Grimgleer and Hupperduke. In the wilds.
We might want to give those a wide berth. It's bullet tracks.
I'll even give you enough to know that they don't always stick around where they leave marks, but they have an amount of awareness of the area around them too.
Yeah, they are. And I know that they're burrowing creatures, right? Like they mostly they mostly live in the ground and whatnot. Really only come up to attack things. So yeah. Quite dangerous.
Don't they have famously hard beak things?
No, they have famously hard everything. Like their entire body is nigh impenetrable, rumoredly.
There are plates on plates on plates of thick hide.
Yeah.
Above the table, I really, really want to fight one. But at the table, I know we shouldn't.
Well, I mean, I would love to test my mettle against one at some point in my life, but that looks to have been about 3, which, I mean, I'm no coward, I'll fight them anyway, but it probably wouldn't end well for...
We don't need to go...
I mean, it's fun, though. Oh.
Don't get me wrong, I would love to fight one, but I mean, tomorrow would be a lot better. Because, I can sleep.
Yeah. Well, should we take a wide arcing path around it then?
Can I infer which direction they were headed?
For that, I will take a survival check from you, sir.
Which I am also proficient in.
Indeed.
With a better modifier.
Can't you by level 12 gain full proficiency in everything if you take the right multi-classes?
Probably. But, yeah, so with a 22, here's the grind of it. The 2 outside ones look like they were headed south, and the middle one looks like it was headed north.
Well, you see, the thing is here, and he kind of does the whole finger in mouth checks the wind direction thing. Goes, well, judging from the mark of those, one of them was headed that way, and then the other two were headed the other way, down south. So, I mean, we could maybe actually just go right over them and encounter neither group.
How fast do they travel? Like, if we just book it, could we maybe just avoid that and outrun them?
Do I know that information?
You would know that it is certainly difficult to it's difficult to do, but they if y'all just hyod the horses, it's possible that you could outrun them. But that would be if all goes well, the cart holds together, God willing, and the creek don't rise.
Sorry, I missed that explanation.
Basically, if y'all book it hard, it's possible for y'all to outrun them and basically get beyond where they're willing to follow. They are hunters of opportunity. If they can get a hold of something, they'll get it. But if it takes them too much effort, they will find the juice not worth the squeeze. So it's possible, but y'all would have to, with the horses, or some of your people are quite extraordinarily fast. You might be able to just book it as hard as possible, and possibly get out. As long as nothing happens to the cart, as long as everything holds together. Hear me, baby, hold together. Second Han Solo reference this episode.
Can I ask, mechanically, what is the movement speed of, like, the full movement speed of the cart?
So keeping just walking normally, they are half a warhorse speed. So warhorse, there you are. So a warhorse's speed is 60. So if they're just moving normally, they go half that, because they're towing a cart, they're towing a bunch of people, and trying to keep an average. Basically, with them dashing, if they were at a full gallop, they could dash 60, and then if you were trying to push them beyond that, they would make an athletics check to try and keep higher pace, and maybe push into their 40-foot movement around, 50-foot movement around, maybe even break into full sprint and be a lot less nice to your cart.
Fair point.
Well, I mean, we could also go, like I said, we could go maybe a little to the north there, and then we only run the risk of potentially running into one of them, which I think for us would be a much more manageable number of them.
I like your way of thinking.
If it arose, like ideally, maybe we don't run into one at all. But
very true. That sound good to everyone? To go to a bit to the north?
Wait, I'm talking about land shark. We don't. I'm almost willing to walk into the forest to try and get away from land sharks. I don't know about you all.
The land sharks are back. Sorry.
Well, yeah, no.
First ourselves when we talk about them.
Ideally, we don't run into them at all. But if we do, there's only going to be one, more than likely. Versus if we go the other way, there might be two. Or if we go straight down the middle, we run the risk of attracting the attention of all three again. Depending on how far they have gone from each other.
We want to move. Gonna scoot through slow and quiet. Try and be quiet as quiet as this fucking thing is. Feds?
Yeah, no.
It's just a cart.
No, yeah, no. I have pretty loud footsteps myself. So I mean, we can try. My luck with underground creatures and avoiding them is not great. Killing them, however, 100% track record. Except for Timothy.
Never mind.
In
And again, ideally we don't run into any of them. So,
right. So,
no guarantees
in
to
that
life
case-
and all that, though. You know, no room for caution, like I said before. So, tally ho.
there we are. Everybody all right with that then? Pull around the north side.
Fine by me.
As long as we
Yeah, I
keep
think
moving,
that's-
that's all I care about.
Yeah, let's avoid all that. Let's keep going that way.
Right. And so with that, we're going to have Adkis, who, funny enough, is not actually proficient at land vehicles. There are some of you who are, though. Question mark?
I know I'm.
Not me.
All right, just double checking before. All right. Oh then. Yeah. There's no good way about this. The two that I would give are, one's less bad than the other, so we'll go with the less bad one. So, intelligence, because otherwise it's wisdom. I think I'll have an idea of where his wisdom is. All right, we're going good.
Off the charts, man.
We're all right. So we're all right. 1 and 2 and 3. Yeah, three for three, buddy.
Fantastic.
You're Adkis, you're the best, and I love you. He pulls the cart off to the side, and in trying to keep it slow, he does. But he's a lot less aware and careful of exactly like the ruts off road, and the thing, and there's like some hard bang, bang, following on, bang, 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 bang. Going over some potholes and some stuff that's just not hard to see in the grass, or it's really hard for him to see right now because he's nervous, and then as you go over another hard rut and you have that moment of like Bud, come on, you start to hear it. A rumble in the coming from under the ground. What do you do?
Well, that thing I talked about, I think we should probably get ready. That's it's about what
Nope.
sounded like last time.
And Atticus straight up like tries to nope and yaw the horses forward. Trying to get some go out of them. They start to go, and they sense his panic, and begin to go hard. The rest of you, Who do we have left? We've only lost Sean so far. Okay, so everybody throw dexterity saving throws or strength saving throws to hold on to the cart as it starts going.
Can I also help try to soothe the horses slightly while we go through that?
You can try. It's going to be difficult now that there's a real panic going on.
All right. So, do you want animal handling for that?
Yes, please.
For dexterity savings for all of us?
Yes, dexterity or strength, your choice.
So I don't call the horses, but at the same time, I'm gonna throw my. I don't make it worse, hopefully.
Quick question, because I'm of course the one who doesn't know 5e very well. Would this be a proficient dexterity save or just a straight dexterity save?
That depends. Is your character proficient?
In dexterity, yes.
Then yes. If you were going for one or the other, I would choose the one that you are proficient.
D&D Beyond keeps track
gotcha.
for you. So if you are proficient in dexterity,
proficiency doesn't help when you roll that number.
Oh, indeed. All right. So that is Knock with a 13, Eredrin with a 12. Go ahead. And so
I would like to note that I have still been on foot the most of the time.
Okay.
Behind the cart.
Fair enough.
All right. So right now you could be keeping up at a jog with the cart if you want to.
Yeah, definitely doing so, and I'm kind of like doing the over-the-shoulder checking to see if the thing's chasing us.
Did I pass my save?
You have so far.
Okay.
Well, also,
and the only one to pass this thing
might fall off.
We'll see about that. So
I'm gonna try and grab Luca as obviously because he failed, but would I be able to try and see if I can grab Luca?
Right now you're holding on for dear life, basically.
Gotcha.
Give me a second. I'm gonna throw for Kira. Akira's holding on. By God. Yeah. There we go.
Kira didn't even move.
Yeah, just a brief change in turbulence. It's fine.
Kira is setting up a card pyramid right now.
Okay, I see. Okay, Brandor's with a 12. Okay, so double checking this. Brandor 12, Knock, Eredrin, Luca, Akira. That's and then walking. All right, so. As the rest of you are kind of are holding on for dear life, as this thing starts going. You know what? Atticus is gonna have to roll one too. Because good boy.
Okay.
So as he's trying desperately to control the horses, they're also feeling his amount of panic as they all start to go. Him barely keeping hold of everything. Several of you barely keeping hold of things. Eredrin being like, "Calm down."
Very unsuccessfully.
Luca, you get and start to tumble off the back. Slayer, you see him ass over tea kettle off the back.
Yeah, I will attempt to catch him, so that just catch him, keep running, and just be like, nope.
All right, trying to stop him from getting full dropped on the ground.
Yeah.
Since you are on more stable footing, you can try. This is going to be a dexterity thing, because it's not about how strong you are; it's about how fast you are. So a acrobatics check or dexterity. You know what? Dexterity save it. It's something you can see. So
Yeah. All right. I'll take it.
All right, with a 14, you are able to at least, as he's falling, ass over TKL, about to fall, your arm just really quickly, catches his back. You don't take any damage from falling off, Luca.
Okay.
But he catches your back and stops you from going prone. And the two of you are now having to
keep running.
Yeah, kind of, keeping his arm behind you and helping. Like, you're having to take like a step and 3/4 for every step of his, and he's basically like, come on, along the way. And there we go. And then the two of you feel the ground rumbling, and approaching up behind you, breaching the ground. You see this pointy shaped face, kind of this almost whale of a face coming out of the ground, and this explosion of dust and rock as it flies out maybe 15 feet in the air.
Jesus.
Before it hits ground and is galloping behind you, which is what we will come back to the next time that we play, which I believe is October 30th, because next week is 4th week. So,
okay.
We'll come back to this
day before Halloween, babies.
Before Halloween, baby.
We get one more spooky season.
Perfect for a spooky session.
Yeah. This is gonna be our spoopy session.
A Boulay.
The Boulay, Michael Boulay. So until next time, please always remember that kindness is free, and to keep going.
Make sure to like and subscribe.
Yeah, nailed it.
I'm giving up.
He tried to hold it for you. All right.
Oh, the music is very cute in this situation.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm emotionally drained right now.
Yeah, and on that note, I actually do have to dip out, as my son should be waking up from his nap soon, and we're going to be celebrating his birthday, which was on the 12th.
Cool.
Yeah, he turned 3.
Wish him a dice soup happy birthday.
Yeah,
He's getting old.
Yeah, right?
He's getting a job.
For real.
Hey, take us out. Are you alive? I think we're still broadcasting.
Oh, are we still broadcasting?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
That's fine. We'll just broadcast all of our personal lives. I don't mind.
Yeah, this is happening.
It's fine.
I'm just glad I didn't say anything embarrassing. I was like, we're like, man, I gotta poop.
Right?
It is bad.
I'll catch you guys next time.
I'm so glad that I was able to make it for this emotional scene. It was so neat. I'm all for the role play, you guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm sad.
Don't worry, Chelsea, yours is coming.
I'm sad that Kathleen couldn't be here for this one, but I was super excited that Chelsea was here for this one. So
yes.
Oh man, it was so great. I miss you guys so much.
We miss you too, Chelsea. And since we're still on stream,
it only took a major surgery and a positive COVID diagnosis for you to have the time to come play with us.
Yeah. Yeah, low-key, whenever you said, like, you were on leave, I was like, like, from a surgery, I'm sitting there going, like, oh, man, it sucks, like, they had the surgery, but, like, low-key, I'm like, it means that she has time.
Oh, man, and I was actually going to try to play on Jeremy's other game Friday night, but, like, I was not okay.
Were you doped up?
Well, I was doped up, and I was also, like, starting to get sick and just mopey about it. I didn't have any spoons for anybody at that time.
Oh, I get that. I've been there.
Your spoons were actually
okay. Your party survived the other problem, so much more dangerous dragon problem.
Oh boy.
I'm still proud we were able to corner, as was noted earlier, a changeling monk. I'm proud.
I was very surprised, Beardy, I thought we were about to move to your next character, man.
Well, here's the deal. I wasn't sure how that was gonna go. I was fully prepared to like just do another character and like say, you know, maybe like bring Knock back in later dramatically or something like that. But that time I was fully like, I was trying to get away. I was like, well, I'm not giving you an option.
Hey,
No, and that was the least toxic. That's what my character would do that I've ever seen live.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bearded, if Tim
Kinsey,
would
I don't
allow,
know. Harass Teddy, Kinsey.
if Tim would not allow me to die as Eredrin, Bearded, you're not allowed to run off as Knock.
Yeah,
If
well,
I'm stuck in the you're stuck in the
Survived. That's
We'll
different.
talk though with that letter. How'd that letter hit? Like, I'm curious because I pulled that out of my butt.
Well, I mean, given that Luca and Nock had that heart to heart about Nock being a changeling, that made it really hard for Luca to want to just be like, oh yeah, sure, let him go on his own, especially because he literally put stick together, you're stronger together, and it's like, okay, but apply that to your damn self.
And Brandor calling me out.
Yeah.
You know what? And that's why I was really glad that Chelsea was here, because Brandor is like very direct, but not in the same way that Demarin is. Like, Demarin is very direct, but Brandor is direct in like a very utilitarian way.
Well,
I tried very hard to get him.
Say what?
Like one of my first descriptions of him, like on session 0, was that he doesn't say much very often, but when he does, it should be heard. So like, I've been very careful to kind of follow that.
I get that. Yeah, it was one of those things. It was basically, I have been toying with this idea since last night. I was like, would Nock try and just get out of Dodge without them? Or would Nock face it up? Or would Nock go flaunt it in his face that, like, hey, I'm here and you don't know it? That kind of thing. But, you know. So, like, basically, I was thinking, like, what would I do? And then finally I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna freak out. I'm just gonna, like, you know what? Can't be here. Go. And I went and bought some leathers, wrote you a letter, changed my appearance, said, hey, there's a prisoner down the thing. You wanna come see him? And then y'all still caught me. Like, no joke though. It's impressive catching up with a changeling monk, who
in a crowded city.
You know, in a crowded city.
To be fair, a lot of the crowd at this city are all around most of y'all's like chest and below. So
yeah, we are the tall ones.
It's hard to really lose people when you two are the taller frames.
Yeah.
The gnome city.
And I mean, it especially doesn't help when you look like a elf that got hit by Doomarin's great hammer right in the forehead. You just shrunk, you know.
And
you're in your.
I love Anthony's like, how long till someone cuts off the stream? Like, just.
So we are still live.
It says Teddy's watching.
I don't know where Teddy is.
Teddy,
come back.
Baby, come back.
Teddy, come back.
Teddy, come back
off the stream.
I'm gonna blame it all on you, though.
That's fair. Edward, help!
You can blame it